Are we up and running, Tug? Okay, so we are live. That is outstanding. We should be live on all platforms. Welcome into a very special live episode of Implicit Bias Radio. And this is the really fun part about doing a show like Implicit Bias. We're going to introduce you to the crew in just a minute. We're also going to let you in behind the scenes. It's not a live episode if you don't have some sort of technical difficulties. And what's amazing is something as simple as a watch battery can almost shut you down. So we are efforting a watch battery. We've actually found one. But in the meantime, what we're going to do while Walker tries to inhale yet another energy drink to try and stay awake tonight, we are going to do some bonus content. So let me introduce you to the crew, and I'm going to let our production staff, whether that's Tug, whether that's Walker, tell us when. And we are going to start some bonus content for Implicit Bias Radio.
3, 2.
Welcome into bonus content for this week's episode of Implicit Bias Radio. I'm Kavan Bordelon. The bonus content, always more fun because, well, it is unfiltered, it is unhinged, and it is absolutely unedited. Now, this week, it's actually going to be live on social media, and I'm actually going to go around the horn, introduce everybody that we've got here very quickly, so our live audience can know not just who's here, but who's a-drinking a what. Go ahead, Renee. You grab the microphone.
Oh, you want me to say what I'm drinking?
Well, first of all, who are you?
I'm me. I'm Rene Girard.
You are
Acadiana certified master tobacconist.
No, you are the CWAT.
Well,
you are the certified wizard of
well,
tobacco.
Yeah. As per Caleb.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm drinking some Jack Daniel's Sinatra.
Oh, Jack Daniel's Sinatra.
They still had some. So
they
I was
still
like,
have
oh,
some.
yeah.
So when you say they, and this is what I love, people might wonder, man, this doesn't look like the normal TSPL that we see on video. Well, guess what? It's because we are live at Mr. Lester Steakhouse, which is really, really cool.
Yes.
Because literally we're the only people here.
My second home.
Yes.
I can smoke cigars and drink whiskey while we're on the radio.
Sounds like a terrible place to be.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Speaking of terrible places, the Rustic Renegade is here, which means we have Caleb Morse. Caleb, I don't know what you're doing.
I was looking at my lighter. My cigar went out.
Oh, okay. So what are you drinking?
Well, nothing now.
Shocker.
He drank it.
This is my shocked face.
I tried to drag it out. I tried to really enjoy it, and it was delicious. I forgot what we were drinking. What was it?
We're drinking Eagle Rare.
Eagle Rare 10. And it was nice, delicious, soft. I forgot that it's 100 proof.
Yep.
And I thought it was an 85. And I decided I needed another glass of something a little more peppery.
Well, we're going to go to something a little different in just a minute.
Yes.
We've got a very special bottle we are going to review on this week's episode of Implicit Bias Radio. No, it's not the $5 pour for the month of September secret. It's a different secret. We're going to do that in a minute. We also have across from me, they think they would say Caddy Corner.
Caddy Corner.
Well, you said earlier across the horn.
No, it's
Past the horn. You know the horn?
Around the horn.
Yeah. No.
Like,
how do you do that?
Where did that term come from?
How do you do that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
that might be rated R.
You know, on the
Mike
horn.
Trammell is here. This is the rated R bonus content, so it's okay.
Oh,
even though it is live on socials, just so you know. What are you drinking, Mike?
I've got a little Elijah Craig.
And you got some funky socks on over there. What is
Look,
that a ketchup bottle?
What's on it?
Don't know. Please don't lift your leg up any higher.
No,
I don't want to see that.
Well, you might see
that's
my garter.
bourbon.
Yeah,
bourbon.
my
Look at
godchild got
you.
those for me.
Oh, okay.
Who's
They
the
look,
favorite godchild?
Well, I got a couple of them. I don't want to say on TV, you know.
they look
But
like
he knows who he is.
they look like ketchup bottles from over here at first, and then when I saw, that's
You look
pretty
like
cool.
a ketchup bottle. That's a bourbon.
It's good. It's
Okay.
well done. That looks
So
good.
Yeah.
so let's get into the bonus content now that we've got established who's here in this segment. I came across this story, and this was something that I said, man, we're going to need the right opportunity to do this story, because some people who are going to wonder about this story are really going to wonder about this story. There are very few news reporters that I truly trust, and we're going to go into one of the ones that I really do trust on this episode, because he was actually the first to report some terrible news today that I actually believed. I'd seen other reports of it, but he's the only one that I thought, yeah, if this guy's reporting it, we know it's true. Catherine Herridge, though, is one of the ones that I absolutely trust. So I trust John Solomon, just the news. John Solomon has done fantastic work. Catherine Herridge has done outstanding work as well. You might remember Catherine Herridge was fired by CBS, and they went through her stuff to try and grab all of her sourcing and all of her information. Like, that's how good she was. CBS didn't want her reporting. That's how good she was.
They fired her because she was good. Because
Correct.
especially over the last few weeks, the crap that CBS has been pulling, that's why they fired her, because she made them look too good.
So I'm going to read you this.
Made him look honest.
Yes.
At-
we can't have that.
At the time that we are reporting this, I'm going to read this to you. This is 23 hours ago that she posted this. Catherine Herridge posted on X, just in. We have confirmed that the FBI is aware of our new investigation that challenges the timeline of events surrounding the 9/11 attacks. Now, we're going back to 2001. Today is September 10th of 2025.
24 years. Yeah.
Correct.
Ooh.
This is what she writes. We understand that our reporting today on the Saudi, quote, advance team will be reviewed for leads, and the Bureau welcomes tips and information from 9/11 families. So hold on a minute.
It only took them 24 years to get to this point.
Well, notice the FBI didn't get there. Catherine Herridge got there.
Yeah. Yeah, but we know the problems that the FBI's had over the past
There's been a lot of people
4,
hiding things.
maybe more years.
We do.
I mean, it's only been 8 months now that, we got a new director that is actually trying to do something, and, draining that swamp is kind of rough.
Correct. So, I mean, when you think about draining the swamp, right? This is something that comes near and dear to me, because I'm going to be honest. I didn't question anything for years until I really looked at the demolition video of what happened in Lake Charles. And I know people thought I was going to go, oh, demolition video of, I'm not saying those buildings were demolished. But after looking at Lake Charles and seeing a building that was controlled demolition imploding upon itself, and the big terminology here for me was free fall speed.
Are you talking about when they blew up the old Calcasieu Marine?
No, I'm
in
talking
Lake Charles.
I'm talking about, well, it was the
big green
skyscraper. Yes,
Yeah,
I
the
didn't realize
green-
that was Calcasieu
It
Marine.
used to,
Yeah,
well, it changed banks, but originally it was a
Yes.
Calcasieu Marine
Yeah.
bank building.
that building
I'm old.
collapsed
Yeah, I know. I'm old.
as they imploded the building using explosives.
Right.
It falls at free fall speed. It is the speed of gravity at which it falls.
Yes.
When you utilize that to help it to crush it properly and to control where your debris goes.
Well, what's really interesting is, number one, if you go look at the Twin Towers, they fall at exactly the same speed. They do not fall as if steel is melting and it is crumbling in and upon itself at different levels and things of that nature.
Yeah, but you also got to realize, though, with the height that those airplanes hit, that steel weakened. And when it came down, all that sudden impact
Brought it down.
will
Right. So what's really interesting is there are some new studies that have said there is no way that happens, Renee.
Not
Really?
all the way
And-
down at the bottom. You
and
would
here's-
have
well,
it
And
would be
here's the other
layering.
part. Here's the other part, and this is where I'm going to completely debunk exactly what you're talking about. There was a third building that collapsed that never got hit by a plane. It was 30 plus stories, and it fell at free fall speed just about the same time as the other two. Now, I'm not saying that I have proof.
it got jealous.
That's what it seems like. So my question
Oh.
is,
Man.
23 hours ago,
What?
we got that the FBI is now investigating September 11th. That was on September 9th, 2025.
Yeah.
September 10th, 2025 has been a crap show of a day.
Oh, God. Yeah.
It has been a crap show of a day.
This week has been something.
It makes me start to wonder, because I always, when things are highly public like this, I always wonder, just it's in my nature, what are we trying to be distracted from? I'm not saying this is it. What I'm saying is there something else that potentially we are being distracted from on September 10th?
Well, I mean, obviously, with what happened today, that's a big distraction. So it must be something major that they're trying to hide, if
That is
they're
a
trying to hide something.
Huge distraction,
Yeah.
right? I mean, today has been one of those days where you're like, are you kidding me? How
Right.
bad it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Walker, I think you said you'd never seen video that bad. And by the way, if you go to our X, we've got some posts about it. I will never post that video to X. No one needs to see that.
I've seen some bad things, some shootings and everything, but the up close video of him getting shot in the neck it's something I've never seen before. It was disgusting, and I was really just made sick for a few hours just thinking about it. I just didn't know what to say or what to do. Me and my buddies were texting about it, and it's just it's unbelievable that that's the world we live in.
It is horrific.
And what's bad is when you think about the traumatic experience for those that were there in the front and everything else that witnessed it, right? Because hunters, right, when you hunt, you're prepared to see certain things. And if you take your children hunting, that kind of stuff, when they harvest their first animal, it's an emotional experience, and not everyone handles it well. Mm-hmm. Soldiers, whenever they get to their first taste of combat, don't always accept the violence of action the way it is. And it's difficult, right? And for people that aren't mentally prepared, because they're not going there to see that, like that's a traumatic experience. And I would love to see the school and the state do some kind of traumatic counseling. That they should go in and do some kind of grief counseling, something to help the people out that were there, because that's going to haunt them for a long time. And the first responders that participated, that tried their damnedest and did everything else, they need something as well, because you can't forget what they went through to be there for that. Yeah, and these are big things that we ignore.
They have like a feeling of failure now.
Well,
Because
go ahead, let Mike chime in, and then Renee.
Well, first and foremost, I mean, this guy, just like all of us, he's a dad,
father of
two kids, and a wife he's leaving behind.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what political thoughts you have.
Yeah.
It should never go this far. And this is where the world is broken. Like if we don't agree on something, you don't go out. I don't go out and shoot somebody.
And what's disheartening is people are happy.
Yeah,
about it.
I when on the way down here, I heard there was several sellers applause when it happened. Like, come on, people.
And that's really people who don't understand the value of human life. That no matter what you do, you should never applaud someone's demise, be they a good person, a bad person, whatever you want to call it. Death is a horrible thing whenever it's premature.
Yep. And this is permanent to his kids and his wife. I mean, his family. He's gone.
31 years old.
Being political, whatever it is, his family. This is permanent for them now.
Yeah. This is what's really sad about this is, number one, when you start to think that it has been said, these are fascist. We need to get in their face. We need to take the fight to them. We need to do these things, right? Words, by the way, don't care if this upsets you. Words never hurt anybody.
No. Well,
you hurt yourself with words.
And
the minute you take out a rifle and the minute you resort to violence, you are no longer a part of the discussion. You're an animal.
Well, and see, that's also one of the big deals that Charlie did his whole career.
Yep.
He would debate you. And it was a standard thing with him on his campus tours. He told people, if you disagree with me, come to the front of the line. Let's talk. I want to go one-on-one with you.
Yep.
And we will talk and discuss what your problem is, what your issue with me is, and I can tell you where I stand. That was his big deal, is let's debate. Let's not go to fisticuffs. Let's not beat each other. Let me reason with you and show you.
I am going to read a quick quote that I saved actually from Charlie Kirk today. Right. And this was something that he sent out. No civilization has ever collapsed because it prays too much, but a civilization that abandons God will deteriorate and ultimately collapse from the inside out, or because it loses the will to repel a malicious external force. Yeah. That today is no more relevant, no more poignant, and will be no more missed than we can even put into words. So our prayers, our thoughts go out to the Kirk family. We don't pretend to be close. We don't pretend to do any of that. But the reality is Charlie did a lot of what we do. He just did it a lot more eloquently than we ever will.
Oh, yeah. He was well organized.
And that is truly sad.
He started the whole Turning Point operation when he was 18 years old.
Dropped out of college to do it.
Yes. And I mean, obviously did very well because there's over 7,000 Turning Point chapters around the world.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do now. Now We are going to get this ready to roll. We are going to jump into recording an episode of Implicit Bias Radio. We have sorted out technical issues, which is always fun. We're going to go to just a very quick break. I'm going to let you guys talk about actually the whiskey that's on the table over there. Caleb, if you want to clue our visual listeners in, or our social.
So on that one,
in.
you talking about the tube, or you talking about the other bottle?
I'm talking about the other bottle, what you know about the other bottle, while I go put this up, get this ready, and we'll do a monologue and we'll jump in.
All I know about it, I can't remember the gentleman's name all of a sudden. It's the Louisiana Senator Select, correct?
So distiller, one of the owners is out of the Berry. He's out of New Iberia, Louisiana. Andre Regard, whose family is, I've got to make sure I put it up there right, Renee.
Yeah.
Andre Regard, whose family is a mainstay in the Acadiana community. JD Regard has been around for a very long time. You're talking about Cane River Pecan. You're talking about all these different people. He's heavily involved in this.
And I've been wanting to sip this bottle for quite some time since I heard about it. It should be up our alley. If I remember correctly, this is a higher proof. I think it's a high rye, if memory serves. It's gonna be a nice, I think they used a char 3 or 4. So I've been looking forward to this one. Have you heard about it yet?
Yeah. And, well, I've known Andre's 2 older brothers, JD and Danny, for years. I've known Danny for over 40 years. And JD's the one that talked to me about getting what would it take to get his whiskey on for us to try. And I was like, call Caban. He's the one that makes all those calls. So obviously the phone call went through. I'm looking
will drink
forward
whiskey.
to it.
It's pretty much that simple.
Just have whiskey. We'll travel.
Yeah.
We will travel for whiskey.
We'll give you an honest review. Like if you got it, like if you're doing some homebrew or something, like that's different. But if you've got,
we'll still give you an honest review on that. I mean, it might not be a good review, but we'll give you a review.
It'll be honest.
That's the thing is like we'll try it. We'll drink it on air and we'll give you the truth.
Yeah.
So that's we're not going to hold back on it.
All right, y'all ready to do a monologue? Actually,
Sure.
Walker, I think we need to do a promo first, right? So let's do a promo. So for those who are watching on socials, we're going to explain how to enter in just a minute. We're going to take comments. We're going to take shares. We're going to take fun back and forths with the crew. You know what? I think I've got a really fun idea for how we're going to give away what we're going to give away tonight. But I'm going to go into that when we get into our weekly whiskey segment, because that's the way it's always more fun when we're drinking whiskey. All right, Walker, you ready for a promo?
I don't know.
Let me save that.
All right, sure. Let's just say that I hope everybody's got thick skin tonight.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm giving something away, but it's not on the air.
I'm getting older. My skin's getting a little thinner now, but it's okay. I can.
You're not paper thin yet.
No.
What do you want? Blood thinners?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There you go. That'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I can take it.
That chair. If you rub your hand too hard on that chair with blood thinners here at Mr. Lester's,
I'll have a bruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, you'll have more than a bruise.
Yeah.
It'll start to bleed. My dad was
I'm
trying to remember the one that my dad was on. My dad was on a blood thinner for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I mean, literally, if he brushed up against something the wrong way, it would start to bleed.
It's not that bad
We
with
can
me
do
yet.
a promo. I got to wait for Tug to get back to do monologue.
Okay. Let's do promo.
All right. 3, 2.
It's all about family on this week's episode of Implicit Bias Radio. I'm your host, Cavan Bordelon, and yes, our whiskey will be in the Implicit Bias family. We're going to talk about whether or not you're in a good family or a bad family and what those families drive us to do. Our family drives us to drink whiskey on the air while we're sitting around smoking cigars and having a good time and solving the problems of the world. That's because part of our family is Piper's Haven, 3916 West Congress. Renee Girard, Louisiana's only certified master tobacconist, is waiting for you to listen to Implicit Bias Radio. Saturdays, right here on 96.5 KPEL. Does that work, Walker? I didn't want to go too long on that one. It was starting to go down a rabbit hole, and I was like, we got to pull that one out.
From what I hear, you never have to worry about going too long.
It's a good thing that your microphone was off.
If only.
But hey.
Yeah, but I heard it in the headset.
Oh, I heard it too.
Yeah.
I heard it too. That's okay, because we're going to have fun. And I might have just altered how somebody's going to win tonight.
Oh, what was the first burn?
You already told them.
I said, share what you're drinking to
Okay, I did, but I didn't know that you'd put it out there.
Now he's committed.
No, I thought you said we couldn't post pictures though. So my wife is telling me we can't post pictures. I wanted to do pictures. Okay, so it's just going to be comments. Okay. Okay, then we will use that. I'm gonna just have some other fun out there. It's gonna be okay.
Say what you're drinking.
Yeah, we're gonna have tons of fun.
Comment what was the first burn.
Oh, it's not gonna be what was the first burn. We're ready?
Yep. 3,
Okay.
2.
We're not Sister Sledge, but we are family, and that is the Implicit Bias Radio family, to be clear. Yes, if you're watching on our socials, we are back at Mr. Lester Steakhouse. If you are listening on radio, we are back just on the air. I'm your host, Kevon Bordelon, and the crew has assembled. We've got whiskeys in hand. We've ready for, 2 more hours of solving the problems of the world, one weekly whiskey at a time. And it has been a pleasure to be here with you for the last 5 years. Yeah, it's actually been that long. We started with you in 2020. We only started with 1 hour of the show. We started with what we called the OG crew at the time, which for all intents and purposes is the original Implicit Bias family. Now, and when the show started, we started with me, which I'm sorry for that. We started with the Rustic Renegade and the person that we now know as the CWAT, or the Certified Wizard of Tobacco, Renee Girard. That was the first show. Now, we also had somebody there, K&B. You know him as Kennebra, Grant Galatas. He was with us in the studio, not on the show. Burley Short Propeller was also with us in spirit, even though his physical body was somewhere on a boat. Anyway, the point is that we were a small crew. We were later joined by people like Mike Trammell before the family started getting a little bit larger, and we've added so many to the crew. But what's really fun is that we are much more than just a crew. The crew really is, for lack of a better term, family. And the point is, family is important. This ragtag bunch of people that you hear on this show and see on this show, this average Joe's cast of personalities, and yes, Caleb does think he's a pirate. We are, for lack of a better term, we're all related. We are a family, and we move about a lot of times as a family. Now, Timothy states that the church is the household of God, not like the physical house, but the everyone in the house. Galatians tells us that we should do good to all people, especially those who belong to the family of believers. We should be good to everyone. But as the verse says, especially those who belong to us, to the family. Here's the only problem. We've run into a little bit of this over time. It's what we just said, though. It's that we should be good, or at least try to be good, to everyone. I mean, look, we're all trying to be Catholic. We're all trying to be Christian here. Sometimes it's really hard to be good to everyone. It's our perspective, though, that we should at least try to be good to everyone, not just our family, but others. But some believe that they should only be good to their family. And that can be a massive problem. Now, what do I mean by that? Here's what I mean. Some people will take care of their family to a fault. They'll lie, they'll cheat, they'll steal for their family. They'll also kill. It saddens us that this episode is live on socials, recorded on September 10th, 2025, the same day that Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Now, think what you want. It was a political assassination. It was what bad families do when they can't support each other with logic and thought and love and words and laws. They turn evil. And it's sad to say, but it's everywhere. It's in TV. It's in corporate America. It's in politics. It's on pardons. See, when family goes too far, you end up with children being shot, with assassination attempts on presidents. And yes, you end up with cold-blooded murder. because they've got nothing else and they know they're losing. That's why faith, then family are the order for our implicit bias. If faith comes first, we can keep those less than scrupulous behaviors which destroy a family from becoming the norm. We can make sure that family is doing what it's supposed to do. When family's ruled by faith, we can make sure that each other, we're supported when we need it. We can make sure that each other is being generous when they need it. We can make sure that each other receives everything they need from each other when it's needed. That's why on this week's episode of Implicit Bias, it's really important. We're going to be here with the family members of the show. People like Caleb Morse, people like Renee Girard, people like Mike Trammell, people like Paul Sabache, new to the family. We're also going to be here with a member of the family that you've seen, but you don't realize he's a member. We're going to be here with Mr. Lester. He'll be very generous this week. For those who will be watching on social media, you'll want to make sure that you interact with us as we are going to give away dinner for two right here at Mr. Lester's and a hotel stay at Cypress Bayou Casino Hotel. If you're listening on radio, you need to make sure that you find us on socials to figure out how to win when we are right back here in the cigar lounge at Mr. Lester Steakhouse. We'll make sure that we're having a good time. We'll make sure that there's some fantastic food on the menu. We'll make sure that we have your implicit bias. Plenty of weekly whiskey, plenty of the stories that you won't hear on traditional media. The chair of intoxication might show up. The What Would You Pay championship belt, definitely in the house. We want you to become part of the family, not just this week, but every week. So pull up a chair, grab a whiskey, interact with us on social media. Let us know what you'd like to hear us talk about. After all, this is your family that's full of your implicit bias.
You know, maybe if I'm lucky, the chair will be mine tonight.
You gotta drive.
I don't have to drive, you know?
I'm sure we can make that happen.
I've tried.
You're also a good start.
I mean, there's families out there that are full of it, but I don't know if it's full of implicit bias. It's full of something else.
Thank you very much.
We're not live.
Yeah, we're still live.
We're still going.
It's okay. We're not live on radio.
Yeah,
We're just live on social media.
What was the one that September 11th? They had announced something like that day or the day.
It was the day before. So September 10th, 2001, Donald Rumsfeld announced that he had found like $2 trillion missing from the military's budget.
Which we had,
And
the
they were gonna-
DOD hasn't have a balanced budget.
They were going to have a
forever.
big press conference on it the next day or 2 days later. And then all of a sudden, September 11th, and it went away. That is, please don't believe me on that. Check that out. But that's true.
Well, and part of the thing with the DOD budget, like, do you really think a toilet costs $3,000?
Well, no,
That's a great way to think about that. Hey, Tug, will you
No,
hand me that
it-
bottle of
it
Louisiana
doesn't.
Senator?
What that $2,999 goes to is for Area 51. They showed it in Independence Day.
That's exactly where Caleb went.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, they bill that, and yeah, they get a toilet.
Oh yeah.
But the rest of that money gets allocated somewhere else.
It goes into the dark budget.
Mhm.
You know. Yeah. No, there's a section called the black budget.
Yep.
You know, it's stuff to hide things that our government does that they don't want
Yeah,
the public to know about.
You want to be able to hide it. And
Well,
fudge
I
your
mean,
numbers.
we have soldiers out there that their job is to go and do nasty things.
Mhm.
You know, that's what they're there
Gracias,
for.
mijo hermano.
And those guys, they got to be supported somehow. I mean, you know, it costs money for all that equipment
Mhm.
and stuff they do and their travel.
Espionage has a price.
Yeah.
You know, that judge was a pretty good cigar. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Good flavor.
It's a good smoke. I
Yeah.
mean, my father does a great job on cigars. I mean, there's a bunch of different blends. They carry the judge here. They come get them from me, and yeah, it's a great smoke.
Yeah, I mean,
but
I
I know you like your Opus.
You know, I love my ALRs, and they have them here too.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for that, but I had to bring an Opus from
Yeah.
home. I scooped up quite a few of these. Now, this is the one that you recently recommended because I was looking for.
Yeah, that's a new size for
Yeah,
it.
because I was looking for the nub, And you like them, go with this one. It's a little bit smaller, a little bit. I think
It's
the ring gauge is a
fatter.
little
It's
bit bigger.
about a 60 almost. It's probably close to a 60 ring gauge. Yeah, it's a new size. It's a Magnum that
And
we got in.
It's comfortable. It feels good, but I just, man, my buddy Herbert got me hooked on Opus, and
How's it drawing?
very, very nice. It's not. It's
Yeah, you
it's
said
smooth the entire way, right?
But you said
Okay,
like
hold
the
on,
My
hold on,
Father
hold on,
was a
hold on.
little soft.
Yeah.
Hey, Walker and Matthew, can y'all record these two talking about these cigars? Because they need to go back and talk about this the
Yeah.
whole time.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
We'll just edit
So-
this
so
out
see-
then. Yeah.
So
Thank you.
See,
Or
not
edit
to
me
interrupt
out.
Still
you,
want me to record?
Yeah, so the judge was good. It's,
No,
it's
you're good.
almost
You
too
don't need
easy
to
to
record
draw
it.
for
Yeah,
me.
you said the draw was
Yeah.
a little like,
This one is very consistent.
yeah.
So
Well,
it's a,
Fuente does a great
I like
job.
I
with
like
that.
a little resistance.
And especially the Opus. That's their
Yeah,
flagship.
That's their, yeah.
you
And
know.
you get a good, not hard draw, but it's an easy draw, but it gives you enough
It's
enough
firm.
resistance. Yes, where you're getting plenty of flavor throughout.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
this one's well done. This
Yeah.
might.
And the unfortunate thing about Opus is that Fuente makes a lot of Opus, but they don't make enough. I mean,
Mhm.
we just go through them so quickly, and we can't order Opus. They just send us boxes. They'll send us, 3 or 4 boxes at a
Mhm.
time, and we might only get them 2 or 3 times a year.
When I bought quite a few of those tins that you had,
Right. Yeah. we
these
got
aren't
a
in the
bunch.
tin.
No,
And-
that's a size I'd never seen
I,
before.
I like this size. I
That's what
think
she
I'm gonna have
said.
to get some more.
But see, around Christmas time as well, the next month they normally come out with the rare pinks.
And see, I'll
The
buy
rare
the rare
pink-
pinks. The rare
Yeah,
pinks are
rare
good.
pinks are good. They
And
do
that's
that
for breast
every year.
cancer awareness.
Yeah, all the boxes are pink, and
Ooh.
they're all different names and stuff. And then usually around the end of November, we get our Christmas allotment, which
Mhm.
is the Anejos,
Yep.
which is basically an Opus X with the Maduro wrapper.
I do need
Those
to come.
things are awesome.
I think you still have a few forbidden left.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got a few.
and
of
I need to
those.
scoop a few more of those up because I
Yeah.
keep those. I have 1 or 2 left. I keep those for special occasions.
Well, you know what? Just so happens this Saturday is.
We're going to
National
talk about
Cigar
that,
Day.
Renee. Don't.
Don't. Oh,
we're
okay.
going to do that like as part of. I want to do that as part of
Oh,
the show. We need to
okay.
do that as part of
All
the
right.
show.
All right.
Okay. Whenever y'all are ready, let's do a weekly whiskey segment. See, this is what I have to do for those who are watching on socials. I have to shut people up so we can actually do a show. Yeah, we're herding cats.
3, 2.
Weekly whiskey time on this week's episode of Implicit Bias Radio. I'm your host, Kevon Bordelon. We are, for those who are watching on social, we are live at Mr. Lester's. If you're listening on the radio, you might be missing things by a couple of days as to when we actually recorded, but that's okay because we're going to make sure the show is relevant for you. We have got fantastic weekly whiskey for you, and this one is really special. Before we get into that, though, let me introduce you to the crew who is here on Implicit Bias Radio this week. Let me start. He's to my left. He's got the boom microphone in front of him. He's got a cigar already. He's dressed all Metro, apparently. He's
Look,
going
hey,
for the Biebs look. He
I've got
is the
some
rustic renegade.
Some skinny pants. I don't know if they're skinny jeans, but I have some skinny pants.
Skinny
going on.
pants.
I don't know. What'd you call? That's not a jean.
Skinny pants with something all over your socks. Are you
That's
kidding me?
motorcycles, baby.
No, that's lime green. That's lime
That's a
green is not
lime green motorcycle. Look,
That's
there's
a
another one
moped.
right there's orange.
That's a moped.
That's a little 250cc.
It's a moped.
It's a single cylinder.
It's
It's a
thumper.
moped.
It's a Kawasaki.
Yeah,
Kawasaki.
There you go. It's green.
Kawasaki is that green?
Kawasaki
Yeah.
is green. That
And
is
then I've got
correct.
yellow. Yellow would be Honda's red.
Honda's red.
Suzuki.
Suzuki.
Suzuki's yellow.
Or is it Yamaha?
Oh, yeah, might be Yamaha.
Yeah, because I
Yamaha,
think
yeah.
Suzuki is blue.
Yep, that's the Suzuki down there.
Yeah.
You know, when I run real fast, these pants go.
Ning, 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 ning.
That is the rustic renegade Caleb Morse. That is also Renee Girard of Piper's Haven, who's here. And also this week we have with us one of the OG crew. Glad to have him back here at Mr. Lester's. He is Mike Trammell of Box Drop of Lafayette and of Clear Springs Water.
Yes, sir. I did see there was a little trim at the top of cables.
There-
It looked like a little rainbow. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
It looked cute.
That's a
Actually,
surprise for
actually,
later.
I think when he runs fast, his ankles now make rainbows.
Oh yeah, his feet go in, but in front of each other.
It's like My Little Pony.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little tight jeans you got on.
It
I was
shows
about
off
to say.
it shows off my tushy for my wife.
Okay.
Do unicorns show up for you too?
Only when I pass gas.
This is the crew that we are dealing with here on Implicit Bias Radio. Let me dive you into the weekly whiskey that we have with us here at Mr. Lester Steakhouse. Now, before we do, this is imperative. make sure you're getting your fine spirits at the Implicit Bias Liquor Collective. If you are looking for this very special whiskey, it just dropped a couple of weeks ago, just became available in Louisiana not too long ago, but I do know it's available at these collective locations. You can get it at Champagne's Market in Karen Crow. You can get it at Nunu's Fine Spirits, whether it's Youngsville, Scott, Milton, Maurice. This is the Louisiana Senator. Now, I've got to give an explanation. This is not to be confused with the Senator. So there are two different companies. There's Proof and Wood that does the Senator.
Great job, dude.
They do. The Senator that they produce is a rye. This is actually produced by Kentucky Senator Distilling Company, which is a pure, straight Kentucky bourbon. This is an 8-year version. Andre Regard, originally of New Iberia, the family, JD Regard, we talked a little bit about them in the bonus content. If you're watching on socials, we actually talked about them as we recorded that segment first. But he is a part owner of this particular offering, and this is the first offering they have in Louisiana. Now, what's fun about this? They have been producing the Kentucky Senator for a while. And for every release, they pick a different lawmaker. They name it after that particular lawmaker. So take a guess who this one, the inaugural Louisiana Senator, was named after. Who's this release named after, Renee?
I would think Huey.
It is named after Huey.
Yeah.
Because most people think Huey was just a governor.
Nope.
Huey was a senator
Yeah.
before he was a governor.
If this was
Yeah.
when he was a governor, it would show up with its own little deduct box.
It might. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a whole nother. It would also show up with its hand out waiting for another. Anyway.
No, he didn't have his hand out. That was the deduct box. That's
Yeah. He just
They put their
deducted
hand
it
in.
from- Yeah.
yes. Exactly.
Okay. So Renee, let's start with you. I'm curious as to what you think of this.
I'm very surprised. I really am.
That could mean anything, Renee.
Yes.
I'm surprised. It could. I mean, come on.
This is my shock face.
That was good.
No,
I wasn't ready.
There's
I like-
a bad joke about you and your wife there, and I'm not going there.
Like I said, I've known the Regards forever. And I knew Andre when he was in the Air Force, even. That was way back in the day. This is amazing. It's a really, really good whiskey.
Ooh.
I like it. I'm amazed that y'all like it, because to me, it's not a high proof. Y'all like high proof whiskeys. This is more in my wheelhouse.
So I'll be honest. I didn't even look at the proof.
I don't know.
I
what the
don't know
proof
what it is, but I got a good guess.
I'm thinking it's about 100.
I mean,
I'll
it's-
grab the bottle in a little bit and look, but I'm guessing 100. Very drinkable. I would definitely buy this one.
Okay. All right, Caleb. Man, I don't want to necessarily go to you first or second, because we have to go to you last, because we know that Caleb is going to come up with that
I need a
description
whole
of this.
segment for it.
Yeah, he needs. Caleb gets his own monologue when he does his whiskey review, and I hate to admit it, but most of the time he's right. Mike, what are you getting off of this one?
But we don't want to hear about the dew was outside on the grass when I took my first sip of this, and Mama was in there cooking the Savoy sausage. And, we don't want to hear all that. We just want it straight to the point. Man, so much fluff in your little stories.
Well, then get to the point.
I can get to the point. I love when I come to Mr. Lester's. This obviously isn't, the convenience store top shelf that I'm getting tonight. Usually I'm getting the Mad Dog 2020 strawberry lemonade is usually what I get when I'm on the show. But this is really good. The color is really good. I'm getting at first like a salted caramel kind of honey.
I get honey. I absolutely get honey.
Vanilla kind of on the back end. It has a really good. You're gonna make a joke about it. It has a really good back end on it. Go ahead.
Everyone
I'm
loves a
ready.
good back end.
I was
All
just
right.
about to say,
Yeah.
if you don't like a good back end, something's wrong with you.
Yeah, I don't-
Yeah. But the back end makes you want more, like instantly.
Mhm.
Like it makes you want to take that next sip. This could be dangerous. This one.
Oh, it absolutely can be dangerous. By the way, I said that this is available at Champagne's in Karen Crow. It's available at Nunu's. Sometimes I forget because we are based out of Lafayette. Our listeners in New Orleans would love to know where to get this. This is available at Dornax in Metairie. So for those that don't know the liquor selection at Dornax, great place to go. Tons of picks, tons of offerings. When I tell you, if I was buying in that area, Dornax is where I'd go. Well, Dornax is kind of, I grew up in that grocery store, but that's a whole nother story because it's right around the corner from where I grew up. Dornax.
Dornax. Okay.
Dornax. Yes. Dornax. Dori, spelled Dorignac, but it's Dornax. So yes, I agree with you, Mike. The finish on this to me is,
It makes you want more.
it does. It's almost a deceptive finish because you know the flavor profile that Caleb and I like. We like deep, we like heavy, we like deep caramel, we like aggressive, we like bold flavor on the front end. I don't get all that bold flavor on the front end. I get smooth on the front end. I get that light honey.
It's very welcoming.
And then on the back end, it is just settling. It is, that's where I get the caramel, is the back end. I don't get it on the front end, but I do get it on the back end. And man, sweet on the back end will keep me coming back all the time. Just for you, Caleb.
It'll keep you coming.
I guess that Louisiana Senator, keep that money coming in.
There you go.
Keep
Yeah.
it rolling in.
There you
keep
go.
it
Rolling.
Yep.
Make them come back for more.
Yep.
All right. Walker does not have a glass. I don't even know if Walker would even want one on this trip because Walker has got that nasty energy drink over there.
Oh, I finished it.
It doesn't matter. You've destroyed your palate anyway. You know what we're going to do? We're going to give your mic to Matthew, and we're going to let Matthew tell us what he thinks about this one. Because Matthew, look, worst case scenario, you tell us, I like it a lot. That's the worst thing you could say. If you tell us this is what I find in it, how does this compare to other stuff you drink? What do you like, Matthew? By the way, Matthew is part of our production crew. Well, Tug, I saw
That's
you.
an empty glass.
I saw you leaning into that, Tug. I don't. Aaron David was leaning into it.
We know where the chair of intoxication is tonight.
Yeah.
If you go by English pronunciation, it's in Mike's seat. Anyway. All right, Matthew, did you like it?
I did like it.
You like it a lot?
I like it a lot. It's not as strong.
Okay, so Renee, give me a number because you've got a microphone now.
Okay, well, I want to. What's your guess?
So my guess is this drink's around 106.
What you got?
102 and some change. This is
Mike?
102 and some change.
What you think?
It's got just enough.
I'm gonna go. What did you say?
102. We'll do 102.4.
89.
Mike is trying the $1 Bob strategy.
Kavan's the closest. It's 107.
Ooh.
I knew it was about
Ooh.
100. It wasn't 110,
Yep.
but
And at 107, this does not drink like 107.
no,
I knew
it's
from
lighter.
a couple of notes,
It's
it's
lighter.
lighter than 107.
Yeah.
So Matthew,
It's
this is 107 on the proof.
very smooth.
I like it. I'll have another glass.
Especially if you're not paying for it, right?
There's,
Hey,
Exactly.
That is the
There-
best way to have whiskey. And look, I want to
there's the chair of intoxication.
I want to thank Andre Regard for sending
Yes.
us this bottle because he made sure we got this so we could have it on the show. And I love this so far. I'm waiting to hear what Caleb has to say because this is gonna be like
we're waiting.
that
We're
honeysuckle. This is where he's gonna go. That honeysuckle bush that was on your grandma's property that when you'd go over there midsummer, it would just have bloomed and then have bees all around. It's not the scent of the bush. It's the scent of the bees that would be flying around and would sting you and what you would smell after you got stung. Yeah. Am I wrong, Caleb?
No, like you're pretty close. It's that morning breeze of honeysuckle. That's what you get on it.
While I was in my Batman drawers.
You wear drawers?
You wear Batman drawers.
I don't wear drawers.
Yeah, you do.
His underoos.
Okay, so Caleb, keep going.
Like I get this just phenomenal honeysuckle on the nose, and it's like that morning waft of it, right? You go outside, you have a cup of coffee, and you get that waft of the honeysuckle. It's just a pleasant surprise. And then on the palate, it is delicious caramel. It's not dark caramel. It's not heavily done. It's that blonde, almost like a caramel syrup,
Yes.
and it's just sweet enough. Not overly sweet. It's right in the middle. It's perfect for that. And then you get hints of spice at the end of it. Not overly spicy, like touches of black pepper, and then you get the breeze almost of the alcohol. It finishes so crisp, so clean. It definitely leaves you wanting more.
I do like that you get that hint of spice right out of the gate. It hits just a little bit spicy on the front of the palate
Mhm.
and then settles in, which really makes it drink easily and makes you go, man, this is absolutely
Awesome.
this is a bottle that I want to drink again and again and again.
And the honey that I'm getting on it, so it's right before you get the caramel. It's like a clove honey, right? You know, like a wild honey where they have just about everything to go after. It's not very citrus, like a clover.
Yeah.
And it just, man, it's just sweet enough, and it's the perfect mix of it. They did a phenomenal job on this.
Excellent job.
Okay, so we're going to rate this. We need to go around the horn. By the way, this is going to be Matthew's first attempt at rating on the Morse Whiskey rating code. And we're going to play What Would You Pay? He might actually win the What Would You Pay championship chain presented by Box Drop. So, Matthew, you know the scale because you've been here. For those who might be watching on socials, you might not. Here's the scale. Red, I wouldn't drink it even if it was free. Yellow, I would only drink it if it was free. Green, I would buy this. Blue, I would seek this out. And then, what would you pay for an 8-year Kentucky straight bourbon, the Louisiana Senator? Red, yellow, green, blue. And what would you pay, Matthew? Matthew's lucky because he doesn't have to be on camera.
I would pay $79.99.
$79.99. And where would you rate this?
Blue.
A blue. So not only do we know that he knows his whiskey, we know he's a cheapskate at $79.99.
Very
Trammell.
much a penny pincher.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Look, I mean, some of us can easily jump to that $99, $200 bottle, $260. I mean, they're all out there, right? The question is, what's this one? Trammell,
So it's a 107, right?
107. 8 years old.
Yeah, man, this stuff is good.
Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey.
And like you said earlier, it's at the beginning, it's nice to you. It brings you in. At the back end, it makes you want more. I really, man, this might be that color I don't ever say.
I don't know. I don't know that I've ever seen Mike get that excited in his chair.
I don't know if he's excited or if he's nervous to say it.
I don't know.
I didn't know that color existed, to be honest. Like Renee, it's almost like the color of your shirt. I don't know what's going on.
That was good. That was good.
Give me I'm gonna go 109. But
$109.
right above the 107.
Okay, 109. And have you officially rated it? Say it. You got to say it.
Come on.
Say it.
Come on.
Say it. Say
Commit.
it. Say it.
Like I mean, it's hard to say that color, like, because I never get to say it.
Aren't you happy that you can, though?
What's the movie? Say it. Say it. Say it.
What's in the box? Different movie.
And you won't let us. I know you the light blues,
No,
and the dark
no,
blues.
no,
You're
no,
all like,
no.
oh, you
No.
can't do.
You have to
that.
make a decision.
It's a blue.
There we go. It's a blue. Two blue votes here in the weekly whiskey segment. Renee.
It's definitely a blue, and I would do a C note.
$100.
$100.
$100 and a blue. Okay, so Caleb, regardless of what you and I rate this is a blue.
Yeah, I mean,
This
it's
gets our
already there.
highest rating.
Yeah,
Okay. So what do you rate it?
yeah, it's a blue.
It's a blue. And what would you pay?
So they took my dollar amount, so I'm gonna have to go a little over. I'm gonna go 114, 114.99.
So we have 114,
We have-
109, 100, and the
And
cheapskate at
80,
$79. All right.
I was gonna say $100.
So look, it is rare that we go unanimous blue.
Mm.
We like whiskey. There's a lot of stuff that we want to seek out, but it's rare that it's unanimous. This is a unanimous blue. 8-year Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. It is difficult not to love this.
Yeah.
And
Plus, it's got the Louisiana name on it. Like,
and to be quite honest, now we've got Paul in the wings, and Paul, I'm curious just as to do you rate this the color of your shirt as well? Yeah, he gives it a blue too. We'll bring him in a segment in a minute.
I saw a north-south.
Yep. So it is absolutely a unanimous blue. That is 6 blue ratings here on the show. And for the What Would You Pay championship belt chain, we missed it by a penny. We missed it by a penny. This is $99.99. Renee Girard, you win the What Would You Pay championship belt chain presented by Box Drop of Lafayette. Yeah, this is absolutely a
worth a
fantastic
C-note,
bottle.
man. Oh,
It is
my goodness.
absolutely worth a C note. There is no doubt. Find this. And look, I know that Brandon Oye from Champagnes he's on the socials right now. Love having him on with us. Love having him as part of the Implicit Bias Liquor Collective. We've got Benny's in Opelousas that is part of the Implicit Bias Liquor Collective. Find this bottle at Champagnes, New News in Youngsville, Scott, Milton, Maurice, and of course, at Dornax in Metairie, Louisiana. For our New Orleans listeners, you want to find a good bottle, we recommend this one. We hope you enjoy. Let us know what you think. We'll be back. More Implicit Bias Radio right after this.
This is damn good.
It's impressive.
So good.
Very impressive.
It reminds me a lot of when I first tried Masterson's, like how smooth
Yes.
and how sweet it was and everything else. It's not overly sweet. Like this is similar to that profile. And that's 100% rye.
Yeah.
This just goes down so well, so easily. This is one where you pop the cork off and throw it away.
And the reality is, so many of these you open at 107 and you're like, oh, it's a little necky.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
there's
one
no neck to this.
Pour a
No.
glass, chef.
We are ready whenever you are, chef. And yes, grab a glass.
Chef, pour a glass of
Pour a
that.
glass.
That is just
Thank you very much. Yeah, no, we're good. Look, okay, so
Wonderful.
I've got to give a shout out, Donald88 in Ruston, who is watching. Donald is drinking a Buffalo Trace store pick, Divine Wine and Spirits out of Ruston. Hey, Buffalo Trace is an absolute drinker. Cheers, Donald, for being a part of the crew and joining in the family.
Brandon wants to know if he's famous now.
Wait, Brandon?
Yeah, he's on there.
Oh.
Am I famous now?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's been on the show. Andre
Mhm.
Regard actually watching. Andre, thank you for sending us this bottle. It's absolutely
Oh, this is
fantastic.
wonderful.
Can't wait for you to come on the show in October. And I'm gonna tell you, you know what I'd be really interested to try? Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Andre, if you had this in like a 12-year
Ooh.
at a cask strength at like
Ooh.
128,
At a 120 something proof,
Dude,
this thing
that-
is going to be
That's
stupendous.
where you going, Walker? Oh,
that's going to be an unobtainium. I
Shake
bet
it
you.
more than twice.
oh,
You're
it's
playing with it.
absolutely unobtainium.
Yeah.
Absolutely
The
unobtainium.
only way we'll get some if it's Andre brings us some.
Oh, that's the only way.
Yeah.
You got to know somebody.
Did the
Yeah.
wives try this? Would y'all like to?
Come put some lipstick on my glass, baby.
This is 100% worthy of a try.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
it's absolutely, yeah.
This is not the stuff that I normally drink. This is not jet fuel like all my friends say.
No.
This goes down so well, so smooth. This is impressive.
Old fashioned now, Jackie?
With Sinatra, she was going to make an old fashioned with good stuff. I said, yes, that's what Yvonne says you have to do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I
That's
did not say
bougie.
you have to do that. She's being bougie.
That's bougie. In my opinion, a
Oh,
waste
yeah,
of
very
Sinatra.
good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
The missus likes
Uh-huh.
it. Yep. And when the missus likes it,
Looks like you getting a bottle at your house.
I'm
Most definitely.
depends on what else I get at my house. No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
I think you already got that. You already got that at your house.
I got 2 kids.
Yeah.
I got it twice. and then of course, there's the bad joke. Hope they're mine. No.
Yeah. They look like the mailman.
Yeah.
This Opus pairs really well with it too. Like I don't think there's
Dude,
many-
I think most cigars.
yeah, I
will
don't
pair.
think there's any cigars unless
Well,
you do
no,
a
I've-
flavored. A flavored wouldn't go well.
Well,
with
and I've had some
Flavored.
cigars.
Oh, please.
I've had some cigars that, it's like I tell my customers, we smoke the bad ones so you don't have to. Dude, there's a bunch of cigars. We go to the show and there's, Don Nobody's out there and they're, oh, it's the best cigar ever. Best cigar ever. You take a smoke
What's
maybe a quarter of an inch, you go,
Yeah.
"Ugh."
If he brings food, he
You
can
know.
jump in. Not yet. So yeah, bring Paul in. That's fine.
Now you said this is Kentucky Senator Distilling.
Yes,
They did a wonderful job.
really
Yeah,
nice job with
wonderful
this.
I wonder who they're.
It's like they actually know what they're doing.
Do they,
Yeah.
their distiller is that is he new to the game? Is he seasoned by any chance? Do you
So
know?
we're gonna talk to when we talk to Andre, we'll talk about the distiller and all
Mhm.
that and get a little more of that. But they have been doing this. They're kind of a startup.
Yeah.
They've released a couple of these. Paul, jump on in. No, you're in for this segment.
Yeah, no, they're doing a great job. With
Yes.
this. Like I didn't know what to expect. I really didn't.
Yeah, I didn't either because I'd never heard of them.
I had
When JD had called me up and when he talked to me about it, told me that Andre was involved in this. I was like, really? I had no idea Andre was involved with a distillery. And I was like, oh, okay.
I had high hopes. Like I did, and they were met. It met my expectations.
Yeah,
I was hoping for a higher proof, a little more spice,
dude.
but
don't
it
need
doesn't need it.
No.
It
No,
does not
it's-
need it.
it sits really well right where it is.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
one of
it's
those
perfect.
that as much as I would love to try a
A higher
12-year
proof.
higher proof,
This
Like I
this
can't
will
tell you it
hard
will
to
be
beat.
better. I'm sure it'll be different at 12
Oh,
and high
yeah,
proof,
I don't know to be
Yeah,
better. I
but I
agree.
can't tell you it'd be better.
Okay, so here's what I am going to say, and I'm going to say this for those who are watching on socials. It's not going to go out on radio. There is a bottle right now that I love. It comes out of a craft distiller. It's very good. It is $269 a bottle. It is the Willet 8-year weeded family estate. The black bottle, purple top,
Yeah, but I
at
mean,
107 proof.
yeah, but you with Willet, they're well known, so you can
No,
guess
my point
a
is, Renee,
$200.
my point is
This.
at $100,
This is better.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's my point, right?
You could buy
So
two
many-
of these bottles.
So many, almost 3.
Yeah.
So many of the distilleries have gone the route of, oh, we want to charge secondary prices for our unique stuff.
Yeah. So
And they started putting stuff that wasn't unique in unique bottles to make it look like it's more expensive. And then they take stuff that
And then-
should be 70, 80 bucks a bottle, and they're charging $270 a bottle.
and then so what does that stuff look like on the secondary market?
You know,
Does
that,
it make it to
Well,
secondary?
that's the thing,
it
market?
probably-
does. It
you know, it
does.
does.
It does. I've seen it go 4 years ago, like 3-4 years ago. People were paying $800 a bottle.
That's stupid.
Today,
look,
but
you know-
today people are paying. Really, they're not paying secondary for it. No,
No.
The secondary bubble is popping.
Well,
as we
I mean, the
speak.
primary bubble is popping.
It is.
We've talked about that before. How alcohol consumption, good whiskey consumptions have gone down.
Yeah.
The new generation in that are not drinking alcohol
No.
like
Well, then
we
you
do.
get
Nope.
people who just collect so much of it, right? And
Right.
Yeah.
You know, we talked to like Lee. Lee's got this great collection that is hidden somewhere underground.
And the
And-
bottles will never be open.
Yeah, and there are all these other people that have great collections, but like everything I have, if it's not open, like I'll probably give it away because I haven't opened yet. So I'll give it
Well,
to somebody. I'm like, hey,
it's
go enjoy it. Go
It's
try
like
it.
that with cigars. I got guys that buy rare cigars to put in their collection. That's like, dude, they rolled that cigar for one reason, to smoke them.
Well, especially with
They're
a
not
cigar,
made. They're not made to look at.
even if you keep it in a humidor, after a certain amount of time,
Time's ticking.
yeah,
You start
it's-
losing flavor.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's a natural product. The oils in the wrappers and the leaf just start evaporating. You lose all
How
kinds of
soon
flavor
should you smoke a cigar?
when you buy it.
I mean, okay. Yeah, but I
No,
buy it. for
I mean,
put
you
them in the
can
humidor.
you can hold cigars legitimately probably 2 or 3 years. You can
Oh, yeah,
do
mine
them
don't-
indefinitely.
Mine don't make them
But
that
2
long.
or 3 years, you need to smoke that cigar. If not, don't buy that cigar.
If something makes it 6, just like whiskey, if something makes it 6 months, it's rare.
This is third segment, hour 1.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Thankfully, someone's paying attention.
Herding cats.
3, 2.
Herding cats on this week's episode of Implicit Bias Radio. I'm your host, Kevon Bordelon. We are still in hour 1. For those who are with us live on social media, yes, this does not look like our normal, as I think the kids would say, poverty version of the of the Top Secret podcast.
Hey, it does look like that in downtown Lafayette.
It does look like that in downtown Lafayette.
Yeah.
We are not in downtown Lafayette.
Yeah,
and
but
that's
it
my
looks
point.
like this.
I wish it did.
Yeah,
Oh,
me too.
man.
I love these
I
chairs.
wish it did.
I love these chairs.
Okay, these chairs, I can't lie. These chairs, I know, look, I'm short anyway. These chairs make me look like a hobbit that has been swallowed by a very large chair,
need
and I
it.
get that.
You need to get us some chairs like this for the TSPL.
No,
No,
I like
I-
the chairs we have in the TSPL.
Well, you like the you
The
get to sit
leather.
on them.
because what I'm gonna do
I get to
is
sit on an uncomfortable stool
what I'm
behind
gonna
the bar.
do is one day I'm gonna bring those chairs down here. We're gonna have some fun.
Ooh.
Oh
We can
yeah,
play musical chairs.
Yeah.
yes, yes, and we can play. What's the game with the colors on the floor?
Twister.
Twister. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll play Twister too. Why not? All right, that'll be fun. This is Implicit Bias Radio. We have a great crew here at Mr. Lester Steakhouse at Cypress Bayou Casino, the only 5-star restaurant between New Orleans and Houston. I want you to think about that. Now, Caleb, it is time for us to reveal the special at Mr. Lester's, their whiskey lover special at Mr. Lester's for the month of September, for the rest of the month of September. Last week was the very first Saturday, but by the time that came out, you probably weren't getting reservations, and they weren't open for the rest of that day anyway. They're only open Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So there's a special bottle sitting over on the table. Don't show it yet.
Mm.
Don't click to it yet. There's a special bottle sitting on that table. And Chef Willie has again lost his mind. If you come down here and tell him you want the implicit bias pour, you probably don't even need to say that. He'll just say, if you want a pour of this, he's going real special. So the bottle over there, it's a military rank on the bottle. It's Colonel E.H. Taylor. Yes, Paul Sabatier understands that. One of the new members of the family. Colonel E.H. Taylor. Anybody want to guess what pours of Colonel Taylor are while available at Mr. Lester Steakhouse? How much they're going to charge? Paul, we're going to start with you because you're
25.
25 a pour. That's his guess. Paul, you are wrong. Renee?
Unfortunately, I know.
Yeah, so you're going to actually take a legitimate guess instead of playing the game. I get it.
Right. I mean, I would say 20, but I know Willie does these stupid pours. 5.
Somebody ring the bell. We have a winner.
It would make more sense if it was $6 because then it would be the actual rank in 06.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? He chose 5.
Yeah.
And he gets to set the pricing. So if you come to Mr. Lester Steakhouse Thursday, Friday, Saturday during
just
September,
crazy.
you are going to get a $5 pour if you ask for a pour of Colonel
Now-
E.H. Taylor.
And it's not like some of these places where they do a special pour and it's like a half of a regular.
No,
They-
it's
here-
Garrett. It's Garrett pouring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they pour
want you
a
to-
legitimate pour here.
They
Yes.
want you to enjoy it.
Yes.
Oh, they want you to stagger out of the restaurant. Yes.
Well,
That's what
because you go to the tables.
Correct. Well, no, you go to the hotel and you stay the night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Paul, you wanted to chime in?
No, that they want you to get a hotel. Like
Yeah.
they want like great pours.
And trust me, the hotel is fantastic. Okay, so we've got to bring you some of the stories that you're not going to get in other places. The mainstream media, the legacy media, as they might be. And yes, for those who wonder, we will address during this episode on the radio and here live on socials a little bit more than we have. Unfortunately, the death of Charlie Kirk, which happened the day that we recorded this episode. That will come later. This story, and this is one of those ones that I always like to source our topics from the people who think exactly like we do. People like MSN. Yeah, Paul caught it. That's a joke. Because MSN is that bastion of conservative media. What, Renee?
Well, I was going to say, most people would call it MSNBC, but it is no longer.
No, this is just MSN.
Oh,
This is their website.
because now
Microsoft News.
It's now Microsoft Now.
Yes.
Yeah, they have changed MSNBC
To
to
Microsoft Now.
now.
This
Yes.
is the headline.
Yeah.
Was it just to make you have a sense
No,
of
because
urgency?
they screwed up their branding so bad that they had to totally redo it because
Yeah.
nobody would listen or watch that.
Yeah. And it's because to Renee's point, it's just so bad they had to rebrand it and hope that you'd watch. Anyway, this is the headline. New auto pen fraud exposed. Please don't believe us on this. Go look this up. White House emails show Biden staff use special email trick to get around safeguards against abuse. In other words, there's a process in place to make sure that the auto pen is not abused by people who work for the president of the United States. They are not supposed to have willy-nilly access to the auto pen. So what did Biden's staff do? They used a process to circumvent the safeguard.
And that's what gets me is so they had to write them. They had to write these different. I don't know what would you call that? Not a commission or whatever. But they had to write the what's the word I'm looking for the 37 people that were on death row and everything else, the murders, the rapists, and all that.
A committal?
Committal. So they write the committals in a first person point of view.
Yes. So the sentence would be committed.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they had to do the committal, the forms in a first person. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. I have changed. And I was like, well, why does the first person point of view have a lot to do with it? And when I started looking into it, I went to other things and looked at it, is a lot of this, it gives them an AI dossier on it.
Yep. So this is what's fun. This is when you know your goose is cooked. If you believe what the media has told you on the left, this is when you know it's bad, and maybe, just maybe, this shouldn't be your family. This is the first line from MSN. When it comes to the Joe Biden White House, the details get more damning by the day, and the written record proves it. I want you to think about that. MSN is admitting that there is written evidence. I'm not just saying we can prove it. What I'm saying is there's admissible in a court of law evidence that the auto pen and the way that it was utilized fraudulently, hence criminally.
Fraudulently and excessively.
Which means that maybe, just maybe, everybody who's got a pardon from Joe Biden that was signed by the auto pen might be in trouble.
Well, and that's what I'm concerned about. Are they going to enforce any of that? That's the problem for the last 20 years. We know there's been shenanigans going on in the White House, and nobody's gone to jail. Nobody's been prosecuted. They haven't done anything. They haven't reversed any of these decisions when they do stuff like sign documents fraudulently with the auto pen.
Fraudulently?
Yeah, fraudulently with auto pen. I mean, if it's illegal, why are they allowing it to happen? Why is nobody going after them?
So that's what's disheartening. No one's been strung up by their toes yet, right? We have no one to say this has been done. We're waiting with bated breath for our government to finally say the line's been crossed.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Something needs to happen because you just go back, keep going back. What we were talking about before 9/11, right? Well, did they ever do that investigation? They're going to investigate 9/11, which was the day after, but they're not going to investigate the thing that they were talking about investigating.
So follow me here, and this is where I'll get a little conspiratorial, or maybe a lot conspiratorial. We've always said the problem it's not a conspiracy theory. It's a conspiracy.
It's not a theory.
It's not a theory. It's a conspiracy. And here's the really interesting part. There's this thing called a statute of limitations, right? Which means that if you commit a crime, there is a certain amount of time in which it must be prosecuted, or you are not being held to your constitutional rights of a speedy prosecution or trial. So the statute of limitations on different crimes is set at different time lengths. But the interesting part is, if you continue to cover things up and you continue to do things in furtherance of a crime, things that you did 40 years ago are still relevant today because you are still in the process of that crime. And I am wondering if what we are seeing, if what we are experiencing today, if why we are where we are in society today, where leftists are attempting to kill conservatives consistently, and that is unequivocal. Don't come at me with, oh, the right is the party of violence. I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it.
Yeah.
Because the reality is the party of violence, the only party that has continued to kill people, and I'm not even going to say it's Republican versus Democrat, because you got leftists who put R behind their name just so they can get elected, right?
Right.
It's leftists. It's socialists. It's communists. It's the long-term plotted destruction of this country. The only way that they can do this, and the only reason we are where we are today, is because they're continuing, I think, to try and cover up all the things that have been done to the American people, and I think they're out of options.
Well, and the continuation of the cover-ups
makes it even worse.
You can't expose the crime if they're constantly covering it up and shifting things around to where you can't find the evidence you need to prosecute it.
Well, and the problem we're going to have is when it finally goes to court, you're going to have somebody that says, well, we can't put them on trial because they're going to appear to be a feeble old man who doesn't know what's going on.
Well, are you referencing Mueller?
Oh,
yeah,
because that's the defense with the Mueller investigation.
No,
yeah,
yes,
was that
Yeah, it
No,
was
oh,
Robert
was that-
Mueller.
No, I thought that was Smith.
No,
No,
it was Robert Mueller. Smith is in play. Robert Mueller, they have already classified and said, oh, he's got dementia. He can't testify.
Mhm.
They've already come out and said that. But the younger guys like Smith and other people who've
Because
been
he
involved,
said that they weren't going to prosecute Biden because he was just going to be a feeble old man on the
that
stand.
wasn't even Smith. That was a different prosecutor. All right, Walker is now giving us the finger.
Oh.
We're having too much fun. So we're going to take a break. We're going to come back, and I'm going to tease this for those on social media. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and ask you guys to go to the shot of the food, because the shot of the food, it looks incredible. And this is what it is. It is a fried green tomato with a white cheddar, pimento cheese, and bacon onion jam. Now, I don't like pimento cheese. I'm going to eat this because I guarantee you this is going to be delicious. We're going to start courses and chefs when we come back on this week's episode of Implicit Bias Radio.
You know, I didn't eat fried green tomatoes until the movie came out.
That's because you're a punk.
Well, that's because I'm young too. So.
It's also because you wear a skirt. I didn't watch
It's
the
called
movie.
a kilt.
See, this is the thing. This is the thing. A man has never seen the movie Fried Green Tomatoes.
No. Think about how many. Like, I sat down with my mother to watch that movie.
Is that like related to the killer tomatoes? Or...
Oh, the Killer Tomatoes from Outer Space.
Now,
Yeah.
Killer Tomatoes
Yeah.
from Outer Space, we will watch.
Yeah.
Right?
Think about all the movies you've seen that you sat down with your wife and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna get lucky if I watch this.
I'm trying to think of.
You didn't watch Magic Mike?
Nope.
Well,
Caleb, you didn't watch Magic Mike because of your wife. We know this.
I had to learn how to move my hips.
So they just to go back to that last part, they
The hips or the
no,
Oh.
a little before that, they need to start with the January 6th. They need to honestly start working
Mm-mm.
backwards.
Nope.
They-
Gotta go
they-
farther
what's-
back.
what's
farther
that?
back. Farther back.
But
Farther
you-
back.
but they're gonna get too old and they're decrepit to be able to testify.
Nope, because the Clintons are still alive.
They'll
I'm
be
telling
alive
you.
for a long
I'm
time.
telling you.
They're
You've got
still- what's that?
You've
what's
got
the re-
Benghazi. You've got Benghazi. You've got.
Benghazi should have.
Hold
oh
on.
My God.
You've got
I agree.
Benghazi. You've got Uranium One. Uranium One selling the United States
It's a Russian.
uranium stockpile to, at the time, our largest adversary on the planet for personal gain to the Clinton Foundation. Please don't believe me on this if you're watching on socials. Please don't believe me. That needs to be investigated. And look,
Oh, I agree.
the McCain Foundation.
No,
So just so you know, we're not picking on just these. We're going to pick on ours. John McCain, go look at his foundation
Right.
and the donations that they got
well, McCain's involved in
in
his
Uranium
daughter-
One.
well,
Yeah,
his daughter's involved in
in
January
Benghazi.
6th. They-
Well,
Can you
that's a
pass that
whole
bottle?
nother, yeah.
But I mean, what's that Eric Swallow? He was just saying the other day how
I love how
there's-
you say that. Eric Swallow. Yes.
Yes,
Not Swalwell. Eric Swallow.
Swallow. Yeah,
Yeah.
because he swallows.
Yeah.
So I mean, he said it the other day. They're still comparing January 6th to 9/11 to Pearl Harbor. Like that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well,
There's no real comparison.
So here's the comparison that they really don't want. And this is the one that's about to show up. And this, I'm glad this isn't on radio. This will be on our socials, right? This is obviously live. The comparison they don't want is what happened today is equivalent or will surpass the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr., Dr. Martin Luther King, right? This is a movement in the United States that was a political assassination that has just completely wiped out the middle of the road in this country. The middle is now gone after this because we now know that there is one side. I'm not going to say one party, one side that is violent, and it's leftists. Leftists are always violent. Look at the mostly peaceful protests. It was all leftists, right? Look at the kids in Nashville. It was leftists. Look at the kids at the most recent school shooting. It's a leftist. Look at what happened today. That is a conservative who lost his life because he was having a conversation. What they do is they resort to violence. They are violent. It is all they have, and they know they're losing. It is the last act of a desperate group of people.
Well, you know, and the mark of a worthy man is he is comfortable with violence, but contains the demon within. Right. And these people can't contain their anger, and they lash out in ignorance and anger.
They are the demon.
They're not
They
intelligent.
are the
have-
demon.
they have no reason or no understanding of what they believe. They just go off of what they're feeling and what other people have said that sound good.
Okay,
Well, and like,
they
look,
don't actually think
we're gonna
for
bring in
themselves.
Chef Ryan. Chef Ryan, you want to come in for
And
this
I've
segment?
got, two of my aunts they think very differently than I do, right? They are definitely way further left. And we have conversations about this because you have to be able to have conversations, and we understand we think differently. We disagree. Don't forget your phone. So you have to be able to have the conversation and a meaningful conversation. Something I just realized.
Don't burn down their chair, Renee.
You know what colors this bottle is?
No.
Purple and gold.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't look at it. Yes, it is, and I love that.
I think they missed. They have. I'm assuming that's not an eagle, but they could have put a little tiger right there.
They could have put a pelican, or is it a pelican?
No, it's not a pelican. It's got a little beak. It's like a falcon.
That's what people have told me about you. Anyway,
Yeah, well, it's not. It's not the size of the beak. It's the wingspan.
all right, y'all. Whenever we are ready for final segment, hour one. What, Walker? What's that look for? Don't give me that look, Walker.
No, did y'all see the shooting at the high school?
Yes.
In Colorado,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there was also a shooting scare today at Plaisance Elementary. Now I don't think there was a shooting there. There was a scare.
A scare of
3, 2.
Final segment of hour one of this week's episode of Implicit Bias Radio. I'm your host, Kevon Bordelon. If you are watching on socials, yes, we are live at Mr. Lester Steakhouse. If you want to find us on socials, whether you're in Monroe, whether you're in New Orleans or that area, if you are in the Acadiana area, this is the Mr. Lester's TSPL, the Top Secret Podcast Lair, where we not only are drinking fantastic whiskey, we are solving the problems of the world, we are also eating ridiculously well, and we thank God for the blessings that he's bestowed upon us to be able to partake of Chef Ryan's food. Chef Ryan Fitch joins us. Chef, I'm going to let you start off here. Okay, fried green tomato, white cheddar, pimento cheese, and bacon onion jam. This is your dish?
This is actually Chef Chance's dish.
Okay, so
We
Chef
had a
Chance's
couple,
dish. I
yeah.
know there are multiple chefs
Yep.
working on dishes. Tell us a little bit about this one. Is this offered on the menu, or is this just something y'all are doing as a special?
This was just for tonight. We actually are going to do a different version of fried green tomato with a crab ravigote this weekend in Mr. Lester's, using the fried green tomatoes, but just with a different
Different topping.
topping and different plate up. Yep.
You had me at crab because I know how Mr. Lester's does crab.
Right.
There's usually like the GDP of a small country in crab on top of whatever dish you
Right.
guys are serving. It is fantastic. So what else do we have here for the menu tonight? I don't know if you have it off the top of your head. I'll walk you through the dishes if you want, because oh my God, this sea bass Oscar sounds fantastic.
So we have the tomato, the house made white cheddar pimento cheese, and then we also the candied bacon onion jam with the little we hit the bacon with a little whiskey, burned it off. That way you get a little smoky flavor in it as well too.
You had me at whiskey.
So
Oh, my
we try
goodness.
to incorporate the two together. The second course is sea bass Oscar. It's a skin on sea bass, and then we'll serve that with a aglio e olio, which is Italian for garlic and oil pasta. Fresh roasted asparagus, colossal jumbo lump crab meat with a Creole hollandaise sauce.
You're hurting me,
Yeah.
Chef. You're gonna see these dishes on this episode on our socials, because if you're watching live, trust me, you will get a good look at it. Okay, that then brings us to is that a
Piccolo filetto.
piccolo filetto? I don't know if it was
Means,
piccolo or okay.
It means small fillet.
Okay.
So for that, we're going to have the filet. We're doing the Chateaubriand for the plate up, and we're going to cut that so it'll be a nice medium. You'll see the inside of it.
Oh,
We're
am I gonna
doing
hear
the-
murr when I hit it with the fork? Because I like that.
maybe more of a meh. not
Okay, that's fine.
meh.
That's fine. Long as I hear something, right?
And then we're doing a scallop potato. So took a potato, cut it with ring mold, blanched it off, and then seared it so it actually looks like a scallop would on your plate.
Ooh.
doing a play on
So
that.
yeah, so not an actual
Not an actual scallop. but it
scalloped,
looks
yeah,
like
not
a
sliced
scallop.
thin in
Correct.
rounds. Correct.
Ooh.
Okay.
Scallop
I'm
potato.
excited about it.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited about carbs.
I love what y'all do to get original with food, to get creative, to have fun with it, because
This is when we get to have fun.
people think, oh, it's a steakhouse. And I'm telling you, the steak here, if you're wondering, the slaughterhouse is approved by PETA. And I don't mean people eating tasty animals, because that would be a lot of slaughterhouses. This one is approved by people for the ethical treatment of animals because of the way that they actually slaughter the animal. And you can taste the tenderness and you can taste the difference. So I'm
Oh, when
really
I
looking
eat
forward
a
to
steak
this.
here, like I taste the prayer that was sit over the cow.
Yes. And what really excites me about this is we don't just get steak, we get all of this.
Right.
There's so much to it. That's the thing, is like y'all do everything so well. And I don't think I've ever been excited about fried green tomatoes, but I'm salivating.
So with that,
We're about to
dish-
pass this around.
Right.
Yeah.
So with the steak dish, we have the steak, the scalloped potatoes, broccoli, a
Like how you just,
bourbon caramelized onion puree,
Oh,
and then a roasted red bell pepper demi-glace. to
You
finish
stop
it
that.
off.
you stop.
wait.
that.
You got to go the whole Bobby Flay though. You got to get the roasted red pepper.
Right.
Right. You got to get you've got to get that whole, oh, dear Lord, the speech impediment, the roasted red pepper garlic, right? That he's got.
So
But
we infuse
fantastic.
We infuse the pepper with the demi-glace with the roasted red bell pepper for about 3 hours now. So
Oh wow.
when you taste it, you'll get the roasted red bell pepper taste, and you'll get the veal gloss coming into it, and it just all ties together.
so as much as I love sea bass and filet mignon, which is what that is, can I just skip straight to dessert? Raspberry chocolate bomb.
Right. So this one was totally out of the box. Not a huge dessert guy, but it's fun. You get to try new things. So it's kind of half spheres. So it's a sphere of raspberry puree, a sphere of white chocolate vanilla bean cake mixed with ice and kind of like a cake pop on top. Then we did chocolate ganache on top of that, then white chocolate ganache. So it's a half sphere bomb. And then after that, we're going to drizzle it with raspberry sauce and finish it with some finely thin shaved mint.
Oh my goodness,
I
that
didn't-
sounds fantastic.
I didn't realize here at Mr. Lester's they produce pornography. That's
Actually, there is a term for that, Caleb.
oh really?
It is called food porn. They
Yeah.
literally call it food porn on social media, right? I mean, this is
We're gonna
this
start
is
having
that.
a Mr. Lester's TikTok, just food porn.
yeah.
So, so when we bring the dessert out, once you cut into it and split it open, you'll actually see the different layers of all the.
Oh,
The
look,
different
look,
stuff
I
as
like
well.
where this is going though. We're gonna start our own website called Only Chefs. Right,
I
where
bet-
the
yeah.
chefs will do things for you for a certain amount of money and see if we can make you.
Extra income is
Yeah,
nice.
we'll cook you some extra food. We'll make a specific dessert, right? I mean, there's all kinds of
Oh,
stuff
my
you can do,
goodness.
chef. Okay, we're gonna pass this around, pretty much like Caleb was passed around at the Blue Oyster Bar in just a minute. And we're gonna dive into this because I'm actually anxious to taste this, a fried green tomato with white cheddar, pimento cheese, and a bacon onion jam. I've got to ask, what is a pimento? I'm still trying to figure out what a pimento is because I've never known.
So we actually made pimentos ourselves. We just roasted red bell peppers, took the skin off, dried them out real good, cut them up, and put it in there.
So it's a red bell pepper.
It's a roasted real pepper,
Yeah,
skinless.
So it's a skinless,
Skinless roasted
red
red bell pepper. Okay, that makes sense. At least I know what it is now.
That's
I'd
what
always
we
heard like,
used.
well, I'd always heard, I mean, there's
Yeah.
pimento olives, and my wife loves olives, and she always has pimento olives in her martinis and all this. And I've always been like, I wonder what pimento actually is. And then I've seen people who are like, oh, pimento cheese sandwiches. And I'm like, no, thank you.
All right.
Appreciate the offer, but I'm trying to cut back on the amount of pimento in my life. No idea exactly what pimento is. Now I know. And that's why we do the show. We learn something every week. It's not nearly as frightening when you just say it's a skinless roasted bell pepper.
Right.
It's not that bad. You don't need to call it pimento.
Oh, church it up. Come on.
Why? Why would you even need to do that, Caleb?
Same reason why now it's now MSN. So like it's marketing.
Okay, So we're going to pass this around. Renee, I'm going to let you go ahead and start, and you can get us going. Chef, I mean, we're talking Mr. Lester Steakhouse. And one of the things that I love to hear is that Mr. Lester Steakhouse, you need a reservation if you're coming, correct?
Right.
What I mean by that is you guys have been booked solid. Like, if you want to come down here, don't, number one, miss this experience. Number two, don't just come down thinking you're going to grab a table, because you might not.
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about the resurgence of Mr. Lester's. I mean, you guys y'all have been around for 30 years. We're approaching a 30-year anniversary, which I'm really looking forward to.
So yeah, we've been doing really good. This has been good. New specials, trying different things out, getting a lot more creative ideas coming from Dominique, our kitchen manager for Mr. Lester's. The other cooks are getting involved. I poke my head in there. Chef Willie gets involved. It's just a whole team effort to just try to make it better every day. You
got like a food think tank,
right?
And that's the beauty of it. There's so many different personalities, so many different flavors, and I haven't tried anything yet that y'all did that I was like, no. Everything y'all have done has been just phenomenal, and I love the blending of different kinds of foods, different regions, different flavors.
Right.
It has been just wonderful,
and that definitely works well. We can play a little bit. We do a different soup every week, appetizer special, fish special, meat special. It gives us the opportunity to, do different things. It's not always the same thing over and over.
So, Chef, one of the things that I've got to chime in here is, you just mentioned fish special.
Yes.
Everybody thinks, again, steakhouse. The fish that you do here is fantastic. So you guys bring in fresh fish. I mean, this is not like, oh, we're a steakhouse, we're Southern Louisiana, we don't get fresh fish. You get fantastic fish.
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about some of the specials that y'all do with fish outside of the sea bass that we're going to have tonight.
Correct. So this weekend we're actually running a mahi special with jumbo lump crab meat and white wine, lemon beurre blanc. And we try to do local fish if we can get our hands on something off the wall that they don't necessarily have every week. We try to get that in, do different things with it, different sauces, different combinations. We'll do a surf and turf.
You know how hard it was to not cuss when I tried that just now?
Yeah. And here's what I'm going to say in the last 30 seconds. My wife always had a theory. It's not that you don't like something. It's that you haven't had it cooked the right way.
Yeah.
Right.
If you think you don't like pimento cheese, come here. If you think you don't like a fried green tomato, come here. Have this appetizer. Come eat at Mr. Lester's. Trust me. Just blame it on implicit bias as to why you came down here. You will absolutely be satisfied. Get a hotel room. Trust me, you'll want to nap after the meal. And stick around for hour 2 of Implicit Bias Radio, because I'm telling you, hour 2 is always more fun, because we'll get into the September special here at Mr. Lester's. More whiskey, more problems of the world, and a big celebration coming up in 1 week, if you're listening on the radio, that we need to tell you about. It's all coming up in hour 2, which is always more fun on Implicit Bias Radio.
I feel let down that no one saw Walker struggling to taste that.
Yeah.
Have you tried it yet?
$1 million.
Taste
What's
that
your
damn
$1 million
thing.
idea?
Big, Tug, steal it. Because otherwise that place coming back this way.
That is we're calling it Only
ridiculous.
Chefs.
Only
we came to
Chefs.
Only Chefs.
Yeah.
The onion.
You're gonna tell the chef, hey,
so
cook
that's
this for me.
it's a bacon onion.
They'll cook it
glaze.
for you on video.
The onion is that a
After-
purple onion on there?
After you pay money.
Yeah,
Why don't-
well, that's the
Man,
thing.
Yeah.
it's so
Only
good.
fans ain't
The
free.
crisp
Yeah.
is just enough. Like that is.
The thing is, everything they make here, the seafood dishes, and then, like you said, they put a small country's GDP of crab meat on everything, and it's not like some cheap, crappy crab meat.
Ridiculous.
I mean, it's good quality. Everything here is top notch, is top quality. The amount of crab meat on the dishes are just phenomenal.
I'm having more. This is.
I
Oh,
want to send out the next round. We're going to just start the top of the hour with the sea bass and all that. Trammell, you coming back in? Or Chef Willie, look, if you want to come sit for a segment. Chef's like, I'm good to not be
He's
in the-
watching.
I get it.
Man, that is orgasmic.
Yeah, it is.
That
You know,
is-
and I'm like Kavan. I'm not a big pimento cheese guy. That's
I will tell
That's
you,
great.
I've tried pimento cheese.
yeah,
once.
but it's all
I never
cheap.
ate. I
It's
never
all
ate
that
it again.
It's all that cheap stuff that you buy in the stores. and
Never
that-
ate. I ate it once. I never ate it again.
But I mean, this stuff.
that is delicious.
I mean, over here, everything they make is fresh. They make it.
Yeah.
It's like the blue cheese they had on that steak one time. I hate blue cheese.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
one of the best things I've ever eaten.
It was fantastic.
Sure, I'll have another glass. 3 of this. Just one. I mean, I'm trying to take it easy.
All right. So, hey,
I'll
Trammell,
bounce off the wall.
slide to the side for a second, Trammell. You're left.
Would
Thank
you like another glass?
So, here's what I'm going to say, and I'm going to say this to all of our people who are watching on social media.
Get Mike. Get out.
And
of
I
his
know we've
camp.
got a
He's talking
few.
to the camera right there.
What I would
Sorry.
like for you to do is send us a topic via whether it's YouTube, whether it's X, whether it's Facebook that you would like us to talk about. And in hour 2, we are going to take an impromptu topic for one segment.
Ooh, it's a test.
It's a test. Right? I'm going to let the ladies who are monitoring our social media pick.
The topic.
Oh,
Did you try that? The onion on that with the my God.
Yeah. The bacon and the
Oh,
onion.
yeah,
and
it's
Do y'all take
fantastic.
interns?
Yeah.
Because I would like to come intern.
No, I
and learn
just
how to
want
cook.
no. I just want to be a food taster. No, Caleb, you're
That-
doing it wrong. You want to be a taster.
No, I want to learn how to make that. Like I could
Why?
try
You're
that.
not gonna make it.
I'll try.
You can just come here and eat.
yeah.
Okay.
Don't
don't-
try this at home.
You don't need it.
Oh.
You don't need to make that at home. Just come here and eat. Chef Willie and his crew will make it for you all the time.
True.
You know, I mean,
True.
they love doing that stuff. They love trying to put
It's like
pounds on us.
it's like going to your grandmother's kitchen, right?
yes,
Because they're so happy to
that you're
to-
there to eat their food.
and then they love the response, everything else. They want to learn what you think about it,
Yep.
how you enjoy the flavors.
Yep.
Like they love what they do.
Yes,
You can
they-
taste in the food.
Yes, you can. I mean, it's just phenomenal the things that they put together, and combinations of things. Sometimes you go, huh? But then when you eat it, you go, oh my god!
Oh yeah.
It just I would have never thought that would have worked, but it does. Over here, it's just it's the happy place.
It absolutely is. There-
Beyond impressive.
there are few places on the planet that make me so happy as to be here at Mr.
Oh,
Lester's.
and the thing is, the staff here. I mean, all the wait staff and the everybody here. They're just so happy to see
Except
you
for
here.
Willie. Willie's just a jerk.
I don't know what you're saying, but what I'm hearing and
No,
what I'm
Willie is
ad-libbing
not a jerk,
amazing.
by the way,
Yeah.
for those who are watching on socials.
Yes.
Willie's fantastic.
Yeah, but
Willie's right over there. I was going to see if he could hear me.
yeah,
No. He was a pirate? Yeah, he had a peg leg for a little while.
yeah.
You're thinking of One-Eyed Willie from the Goonies.
No,
One-Eyed Willie.
I don't
Chef
want to
Willie
see.
had the peg leg for
I
a
don't
while.
want to
which
see
makes
his
him One-Eyed Willie.
No, I don't want to see his one-eyed Willie.
Yeah.
Ooh, we got a good topic because it's this month actually.
What is it? What did we get in comments?
Suicide Prevention Month. This is Mental Health Awareness and Suicide Prevention Month.
That is a good time.
Now, there's a lot of really good stuff in there.
Can you ask Garrett to come by for a second, please?
Who?
Garrett?
He doesn't like to be on camera.
He doesn't have to be on camera. It's okay.
We don't have to tell him he's on camera.
We'll do
He won't know.
half ounce.
Well, and look, while we're doing this, I'll talk about that subject, right? So
The half ounce
Um,
of the.
this is Suicide
Oh, is it down
Prevention
here?
Month, the NSSF, the
Oh,
National Shooting Sports
I didn't even
Foundation.
see. I can't see.
Last week or week before was the gun storage check.
1, 2,
month,
3,
right?
4, 5,
Um,
6, please.
And for those of
Thank
y'all
you.
watching, if you know somebody that you would like to give a safe to, a gun safe, the Rustic Renegade, our shop, is teamed up with Canon Safes. You can use the code RUSTIC2025, and at gunvault.com, you can get up to 40% off their safes and ship them to someone else or give them to
Wait,
someone else.
let's announce that.
well, we can. I'm just.
I mean,
letting
we're
people
doing
know
it
what to do. Yeah.
live, but I want to
Yeah.
make sure we do that on the radio too,
And-
because
and-
that's
and-
important.
We do like the Rustic Renegade, my shop. We do a ton for suicide prevention. We do a ton for mental health awareness, and it's crazy to think that we've done things on a national level. You know, never in my life would I have imagined that we do the things we've done.
Yeah, that you get to the notoriety you're getting for the good work that you're doing, you're finally getting notoriety.
Well, and what's crazy
and
is
that's
like,
not why you do it.
no, yeah, we just did it because it's the right thing to do. You know,
Yeah.
right. We worked
Exactly.
with Walk the Talk America, Mike Sedini, who is huge on mental health awareness. And I like the term mental elasticity because we all have bad days.
Right.
Yeah.
We all have days when we're
Fair.
not on
Fair.
you're not on 8 cylinders, right? So it's understanding that you have to take time to do something for yourself and for others. For a long time, CBS came down, they interviewed us and what we've done. And I was asked by the interviewer, the journalist, what I did for my own mental health. And it dawned on me that I did nothing, that I ran from project, from person to person, trying to help, to ignore myself.
No. We are live, but it's okay. You
I
can
can't
drop
hear
it in.
you.
It's
You have
fine.
to steal his microphone. So I ran from it and ignored my own mental health because I was so
I'm gonna
focused on
pass
helping
this to
other
Caleb.
people.
You think you stay busy?
I'll take
to
one.
Yes.
And either
ignore your
got it?
mental health?
and
I
either Paul or
stayed busy.
Matthew, one of those gentlemen over there, can have
I stayed busy in lieu of addressing my own
the really
deficiencies.
ugly guy in the blue and the blue.
And whenever they asked me, it dawned on me.
I don't mean like ugly physically. I mean like ugly, like inside his heart.
You know, Mike, it dawned on
I
me.
left
That,
the show for a while.
Can I?
it dawned on me that I was
You know, I
ignoring
would only
myself,
say that
right?
if it wasn't the truth.
I'm the only one you would say that to. Though.
And you know, I would only say it if it was. No, I would say that to Caleb.
Yeah.
I might not say that to Renee because he might believe me.
He's got thin skin. Though.
But you know, you have to take time to do something for yourself. You have to have a moment to recuperate, and to address your own mental elasticity, your own depression, your own there's a lot. And we ignore it. We as men, especially, I know it myself, we ignore it. You know, and I hate now. I've gotten to the point where if I see anyone, y'all have never told me this, but if I see y'all out and about, I'm like, "How you doing?" If you say fine, hey, let's sit down.
Yeah, that's a bad thing.
Because when a man says he's fine, when a man
Yep.
says he's okay, he's good, he's
It's-
not.
There's a
No.
lot behind that.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a lot of weight on those shoulders when a guy says, "Yeah, I'm fine. Everything's great."
But like when we were talking about earlier with the seeing the shooting in person, I mean, you guys that have served for this country, I mean, what you guys have saw, I mean, we don't know.
Well,
Like-
there's a lot that I talked to a young man who witnessed his best friend die by an IED. He was a few feet from him. He stepped on a pressure plate and was killed by an IED.
Where was this at?
This was in Iraq. I talked to this man here in the United States, and he struggled with PTSD and survivor's guilt because of it. And we had a very in-depth discussion, you know, because he felt utterly alone. He felt that no one understood. And there are many of us who understand that trauma.
I think that's the biggest thing for men. And it's this. We are psychologically solitary beasts. We think and we're trained. This is on you and nobody else. Nobody else experiences this. Nobody else goes through this. This is your fight, your struggle. You handle this. And if you don't, you're not a man. That's what we go through. As opposed to figuring out, hey, wait a minute. You go through this and you think this sometimes about yourself and you deal with this too, right? When you see that and understand that, it allows you, and it's one of the reasons I'm so big, especially on religion and the Acts retreats
The Acts
and
retreat
things
is
like that.
phenomenal for
Acts
it.
retreat is phenomenal for understanding that, you know what, you're not the only one. You're not the only one.
When you realize you're not alone, you know, and like I do a men's Bible study every Wednesday morning at 6 a.m. and it's group talk. I mean, when we talk to clinicians and everyone else, we're doing a Bible study, but it's group talk. We sit down and discuss some of the trauma we have, some of the issues we have, what we're going through in life. Now we relate it to the Bible, but it means a lot to sit down and be able to share what's going on and understand that you're not going to be judged to be judged.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to look at your situation and we judge it biblically, and we want to give you direction and try to help you work through it.
Hour 2.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. It's 8:00.
3, 2.
Hour 2 is always more fun on this week's episode of Implicit Bias Radio. Well, that's pretty much every week's episode of Implicit Bias Radio. But this week, This week we are live at Mr. Lester Steakhouse. We're recorded live, and yes, it functions as if it's a live show. Now, just so you know, if we do hit one of those George Carlin 7 words that you're not supposed to say, we will edit that out. But shy of that, yeah, trust me, that's Caleb Morris. He's the Rustic Renegade. We edit him a lot. I'm your host, Kevon Bordelon, and Walker is nodding. Yes, correct, Walker, our producer.
Correct. Last week we had to edit him too.
Yes, we did.
I didn't raise
thank
my
you-
hand
I thank
either.
you for doing that. No, he didn't even know he was going to say it last
just
week,
came
which
out.
was the fun part.
He hasn't done it in a while though.
What did you say?
Oh no, we can't go
Come
there.
on, we got to get Walker.
We can't go there.
This is job security.
That-
It rhymes with trucking.
Or ducking.
Yeah.
Yeah, ducking, trucking. Anyway, that is Mike the Drip Trammel, which we love having on the show, and of course Renee Girard, Louisiana's only certified master tobacconist. What you're going to see on the plate for those who are watching on social media, and if you're not watching on social media, you're missing out, because I'm telling you, this sea bass with asparagus and pasta and colossal lump crab meat is absolutely worthy of the discussion.
So what if you're listening to us on the radio? What that means is go to our socials,
Correct.
go to YouTube, and look for this episode because it's phenomenal.
Go to YouTube, go to Facebook, go to X, go to Instagram. We'll have video on Instagram. And yes,
It's
this
it's
dish,
unreal.
this dish is the amount of crab meat on the plate. They went straight from fast to plaid.
Yeah.
Wait, and that sea bass, would you call that 1 inch, inch and a quarter?
I'd tell my wife it's 2.
See, that's where you're wrong. You got to tell her that's half an inch. That way she's always surprised.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Anyway, so
That's thick.
so the fun part here, and we have to talk about this because one of the things I love to tie in is that we are a family. And we've talked about this week's episode being a family on Implicit Bias Radio. We have something to celebrate as a family. And it is going to be not the Saturday that you hear this episode. It's the next Saturday. No, it is the Saturday of this episode.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is this Saturday. So if you're listening on radio,
You'll have time if you're hearing us live on the radio.
Yep.
You'll have time.
if
to
you're
come
listening
by.
on podcast, you got plenty of time to make it
right,
to Piper's Haven. Renee, this is how many years?
40 years. Yeah.
40 years of Piper's Haven.
Yes, I was a young man when I first started, and I'm an old man now.
Wait, 75 years old is young?
Yeah, sure, sure.
40
I'll go with that.
40 years.
1985, I started.
I was 2.
Yeah,
So to be fair, I was 13.
yeah.
But as I think about starting a business and having,
I was 23 when I started.
you were
That is
23 when you
phenomenal.
opened.
Great job.
Yeah.
That's,
Okay.
that's a lack of fear, which is wonderful.
Yeah, well, and no, it was stupidity because
No, that's a lack of fear because, you're like,
because
you know what?
when
I'm
I
either gonna
started,
succeed
it
or
was
fail.
when the oil industry started shutting down in Lafayette.
Even
In
better.
1985, the I believe in Lafayette. Well, everybody said I believe in Lafayette.
Yeah.
And everybody was moving out because the oil field was shutting down. And after about 4 months, we had opened the shop, and 4 months later, everything shut down. And I'm going, what did I do? But
And
I
God
just-
blessed you with 40
well,
more
I
continuous
just,
straight
I
years.
just determination says I am not gonna fail. I'm gonna do what I have to do to keep this going. And 40 years later, I'm still here.
So,
I guess it's stupidity, just staying.
Mm.
so Renee, were you married at the time?
Oh yeah, my wife and I had been married, and we had been married 2 years when I.
So you've got a wife. Do you
Yep.
have children yet?
Oh no,
Not yet.
No,
Okay.
it was just her and I. Thank God, because
But still, you
and we were very fortunate that my wife was making enough money that we lived cheap. Her and I could live on her salary because I didn't get one for quite a while. When you open a business,
That's what it is.
You
that's
don't
the way
get
it works
paid.
for a long time.
you don't get paid. So we were very fortunate. She was making enough money that her and I could survive, and we just did it.
In 40 years, if you had one piece of advice to give to someone who is walking away and starting their own business,
Yep.
what would it be?
Well, be prepared. You got most businesses fail because they have no clue what it's like to run a business on their own. They are undercapitalized. They start drawing money out the business because most businesses start with a business loan of some kind.
Yeah.
And they piss that money away. They spend it on stupid things that you don't need. You have to be smart whenever you're doing your leases, when you're buying your fixtures, when you're buying your inventory. You just got to be smart. You start small and slowly build.
Conservative.
Slowly build. Yes. You just slowly build it. That's all it is. It takes time. You have to be patient.
So there's a birthday party. There's a 40th birthday party.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, I've got a birthday present for you.
Oh, really?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, come on.
Absolutely. Look, I mean,
We're going to have, it's going to be
Renee,
a fun
you're
day.
part of the family. I mean, you were the family before the show started.
Yeah.
Because we talked about this before we even did this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah. I remember that about a year before the show started, you had come to the shop and we were talking about what your idea of what you wanted to do. And I said, oh, that sounds neat. Let's do it. And, here we are.
it helped. Thank you, Cigar Dave. The Cigar Dave went, yeah, I'm not doing radio anymore. And we
Right.
happened to fill that time slot,
Right.
right?
Yeah. It was perfect.
So what do you have going on at the shop?
We're going to be there from 9 to at least 5, maybe a little later. I got a bunch of reps coming. It's probably 5 or 6 cigar reps coming. We're going to just have a 20% off of everything in the shop.
Ooh.
All the cigars, all the humidor, anything I got in the shop.
I mean, I was coming anyway. but
Hold on.
no.
Hell has frozen over
Yes,
because
I
Renee
know,
Girard is
I'm
giving a
cheap.
discount.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm cheap. I know. But it's like, well, it's my 40th anniversary, so I figured
It only happens
I'm
once.
going to do 20% off.
I'm about to say, then why aren't you giving 40%? No, I'm
and
kidding.
I'm cheap.
I'm kidding.
Because I'm cheap, I said 20%. But yeah, I'm up, and I don't plan on doing anything. I'm gonna just be sitting on the back patio smoking cigars, maybe
Just
drinking,
be the patriarch.
maybe drinking a little whiskey or something. And
Oh, I
you
think
know,
we can make sure you're drinking a lot of whiskey, Renee.
my daughter's gonna work, my Carl's gonna work, Brad's gonna work. They're gonna take care of that, so I can just goof.
and you know what? You've earned that goofing
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
You have earned that
Well,
goofing off. Over
Everybody
that time
says I
frame.
goof off a lot during the 40 years too, but oh well,
Well,
whatever.
okay, so this is something that I think is part and parcel to this conversation, and people maybe won't understand when I say this, but I believe it's true. If you're gonna own your own business, you need to goof off.
Oh yeah,
If you don't
you
goof
need-
off,
You need decompression
you
time.
will
my wife wasn't
absolutely
listening for that.
lose yourself
Yes,
in everything that can consume you on a daily basis.
you do need to decompress every once in a while. You just got to take time away, but if you do that, if you're running your own business, the first time you do it, it's like your kids going out one evening and the whole time they're gone, you worried. What are they
Yes.
up to? What are they
Yep.
doing? And it's the same thing when the first time you leave your business. Okay, what are they doing? Are they doing it right? Well, the thing is, you have to have trust in your people, and I know Caleb does that a lot.
Caleb and I
plenty
were
of
talking
trust.
about this
The
before the
people
show.
that they don't work for Caleb, they work with Caleb.
Yep.
And you have to train your people. You have to have trust in your people, and you need to get away every so often. And everybody needs that. You need to go away and decompress and not even worry about what's going on. And when you come back, you just hope that they haven't burnt the building down.
So if you are listening, if you are watching on socials live, by the way, we are giving away on this episode before the end of the episode, dinner for two. It's $500 here at Mr. Lester's. That is good for you, somebody else, whatever steaks you want, a bottle of wine and a whole bunch more.
And the room, because you're going to need a nap.
They're giving away the room as well, right? Put what you are tasting. By the way, this is their $5 pour for the rest of September,
That's crazy.
which is Colonel E.H. Taylor. $5 for Colonel Taylor here at Mr. Lester's. The point being, make sure that you get that goof off time.
Yes.
Make sure that
Come here.
that you decompress. Bring that someone special here, and that's
you
where I
can-
was going.
you can
picked up
come
what I was
here
putting down, Renee.
and really, it's so relaxing here, and they take such good care of you. That one night away, a nice meal,
It's worth it.
that the night here, and then in the morning, breakfast, and then take your time to go back. That feels like a weekend.
Okay,
Even
so,
though it's 2 days, it's like a long weekend.
so Renee, your cigar of the month. Pick a cigar that you want to say for September with the whiskeys we've tasted, with the Louisiana Senator, with the Colonel Taylor, whatever it might be. What's your cigar, number one? And number two, once you're done with that, I'm going to ask you to hand the mic to Trammell so
Okay.
you can start on the Seabass and then
Okay.
pass it around.
the cigar that I'm just thinking about with the Taylor and it's a new cigar from Alec Bradley called the it's the D&D.
Dungeons and Dragons.
No, it's not Dungeons. I just went blank. You know, my old mind went.
It's okay,
blank on
Renee.
it.
You're
That's what
137 years old.
yeah.
It's all
Didn't we
right.
talk about that one when I went to your shop?
Yeah, it's a Connecticut shade wrapper. It's a new cigar that Alec Bradley came out with, and it just acts for the D&D.
Look. We know you make Noah look like a 12-year-old.
Yeah,
It's
I
all
know.
right.
Nowhere asked me for
Delicious and
advice.
There you
decadent.
go,
That's
yeah.
what we'll call it. Delicious and decadent. That's what
Yeah.
we'll call it.
But it's a great cigar, nice and smooth. In fact, I'll probably smoke a few of those.
Connecticut,
Saturday.
so that's gonna be a milder cigar.
Very mild. Yeah. And even with the whiskeys that we're drinking, you know, that 107 that doesn't taste like a 107, it wouldn't overpower that cigar. It would be a great cigar for that.
Well, that 107 on the Louisiana Senator is
Yes.
very
Oh,
smooth.
very smooth. Yep.
Very smooth.
Yep.
And what we're sipping now is 100. It's a bottled and bond.
Yep.
Small batch Colonel Taylor.
Yes.
So yeah, absolutely fantastic. Renee, dig into that plate. We're going to pass it around. And you know, Trammell, I love that you're over there and you're giving Renee fist bumps because you are
40 years.
you are a
y'all.
serial entrepreneur.
Like
You've owned like 90 businesses.
well, but listen, I might have about 8-9 years in business, but this guy's done 40 years. Like, can you? I mean,
I look forward to saying that.
40. I mean, that is amazing. You know, people do not realize when you get into business for yourself, you're the HR person, you're the manager, you're the person cleaning the bathroom, you're customer service, you're everything. Most people, when they go into business, are thinking, man, I'm gonna make all this money. It's gonna be so easy.
Yeah.
It's totally opposite. You're most of the time, you're either, like you guys said, you're either using a loan or you're using your money to get started. But man, for this guy to do 40 years, I mean, Renee, that is.
I can't imagine the stress he's felt over those 40 years. Yeah.
Well, I don't know what happened. I'm only like 10 into it, man. I don't know.
Yeah, but if you add all your business together, it's about 40 years.
Yeah, maybe so. I mean, Renee, that is so awesome. 40 years. That is
It's not common, because normally
3 years.
people get into it, 3 years, something happens. But when they get to that 5 to 10 year mark, they're like, you know what? Let's sell it.
Yep.
Let's move on. And to still own it, to still run it, to still be there daily. That's a testament to Renee.
That and support to customer loyalty to Renee. I mean, Renee, I know you probably have your loyal customers that
does
continue
he?
support.
Does he?
That's amazing, man. Like I'm blown away. I didn't realize it was 40 years, to be honest. I mean,
And to your point, Trammell, when you start thinking of the average age of a business,
3 years. If you make 3 years nowadays, it's
Yeah.
almost like a marriage. I mean,
Yeah.
it's-
5 years is a big deal.
Yep.
Like if you're around 5 years and you're still in business, that's a mark.
Most people get into business and they have no clue of the energy and the time that it takes you to get into business and to make it right. I mean, you got to bring a customer base with you to really start a business nowadays. And nowadays with taxes and insurance
And
and
a lot of times you have to learn how to run a business. Most people start in a business and they don't have a clue how to run a business.
you have
Okay.
to pay for your mistakes
Yeah.
up front. Usually that's what a lot of new businesses do that really puts them down is they have to pay for their mistakes up front. They have to
Yeah.
learn the business.
Yeah. No, and that's I'd love to say that the wife and I have never jumped into a business here or there. One of the biggest mistakes that we made was we had a business that was doing relatively well. It was doing okay. It was supporting what we needed it to support. I think that's the best way to put it. Then we hit 2008. And 2008 took the nosedive, right? The hardest part I think about owning a business is knowing when to say it's time to quit the dream.
Yep.
It's time to let
cut
it
the
go.
time.
There's a really good book called Necessary Endings, and it discusses not so much business, but it relates to it, but relationships, right? And it's not everyone you meet is there for your life. Some people are there for a season, and we're not all fortunate enough to have 40 years. And when you get into it and you're opening your own business, you don't know normally when to cut those ties.
Yeah.
And it's a very difficult lesson to learn.
It is.
And it's emotionally painful. It's psychologically painful because you have people that you think are your ride or die, and you realize, well, they were in it for themselves. They weren't in it for us as a family, as a community.
I have one question.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is Renee had his 40-year season, because we know that's not ride or die. He's like 290 years old. So
No, what it was is I was just too stupid to realize to get out when I should have. But it's too late now. I'm
Hey,
here.
look, Piper's Haven is a fixture in the area where
Yeah.
we broadcast out of, Lafayette, Louisiana, Acadiana. It is absolutely a location that when you say Piper's Haven, everybody knows, oh yeah, Piper's Haven. They've been there forever.
Yeah,
And
I've been on Congress forever. We moved
Yeah.
about 7 years ago, and I still got people that are trying to find us, but I'm only a mile from where I used to be. So
By the way, that's sea bass with the pasta and
Oh
the
my God.
colossal.
I mean,
Crab meat
I don't know if y'all
is-
tried the asparagus, but I had
Yes,
asparagus with
I
us.
did.
I had to.
I want the
I-
asparagus. I couldn't fit it all on the fork, but it looks.
No,
I
you
mean,
just grab
everything
it
has
and
been
eat it.
delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
but
just
it is
wonderful.
very good.
Okay, so we're gonna take a break. Renee, congratulations. We are
Thank you.
looking forward to your
Thank you.
40th. This
Yeah.
is it's what, Saturday the
Saturday,
the 13th?
13th,
The 13th, yes.
from 9 to 5.
9 to 5. Go to Piper's Haven if you're in the Lafayette area. If you want to come in from New Orleans, if you want to come in from the Monroe area. And by the way, thanks for those who were on socials from those areas, because we are still going to give away dinner for two and a
Mhm.
hotel stay here at Mr. Lester Steakhouse at Cypress Bayou Casino. But if you want to make it in, talk about make a day out of it. Go visit Renee.
Yeah.
Go pick up some cigars.
and you can
drive
come,
down here for dinner and a
Well,
hotel stay
if you're coming from North Louisiana, you can stop by Rustic Renegade.
on the
Stop
way.
there first, and
Yeah.
then come by the shop, because that would be the natural progression to
I
come
will
down.
give
this,
directions.
yeah, and you can finish up here.
Bradley Cruz chiming in. He is the certified wizard of tobacco. Yes, he is. This is Implicit Bias. We're going to come back with more of the stories that you're not going to find anywhere else. And we're going to talk more about our weekly whiskeys, the offerings here at Mr. Lester's on this week's episode of Implicit Bias Radio.
What's beautiful too is 40 years. You haven't become jaded.
No,
You're
at
still,
times I get
it happens,
yeah.
but you're still warm. You're welcoming. And you've seen a lot of great and a lot of bad.
yeah. Well,
You know.
and I've noticed over the time when I start to become jaded, my people, especially my daughter, will tell me, "You need to go."
Well, look, I
And
have.
so I'll go.
The beauty of it is I have my wife that I work with, and I have Justin, right? And Justin's like, Caleb, hey, look, go ride your motorcycle.
Yeah.
Go for a minute.
That's awesome.
You've got to have those people.
Yeah.
But like when the oil field was leaving Lafayette and all, do you think more people were turning to like beer and going to bars and smoking cigars? Do you think that helped out business back then, or
There's two things, regardless of whether things are booming or things are down, people are going to smoke and they're going to drink. Now, in the bad times, they will smoke and drink cheap. In the good times, they smoke and drink expensive. But people will smoke and drink. They just,
That makes
Yeah.
sense. Well,
you know,
so, but my brother knew a guy who owned two businesses in the New Orleans area. One was a grocery store.
uh-huh.
The other, let's just call it not adult entertainment, but adult accessories.
Okay.
Is what we'll call
All
it.
right, all right.
Oh, okay.
That's a nice way to put
He
it.
he had a toy store.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he looked at my brother one day, because my brother was like, man, and he goes, look, he said, I don't care what's going on in the world. There's two things people will always do.
They will get their
eat,
freak on.
They will eat, and he didn't put it that nice, Renee. He
Fornicate.
said there are two things they will do, and those are the two things that
Yeah.
people never
It's
stop
just-
doing.
I mean, I've been doing the tobacco thing for 41 years. I worked for a shop before I opened my own for a year. And that's one of the things that was taught to me back then. No matter what the economy's like, people are going to smoke and they're going to drink.
Yeah.
The
Well,
only thing is how expensive they're going to smoke and
And
drink.
the beauty about what you did 1 year somewhere else, right? And when you get into business, you don't realize what you don't know, right? Because you think you know it all.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's not there. You don't realize
No.
what you don't know, and you don't know the back end of it. You don't know the marketing of it.
I'm
you don't know
texting our
everything
ladies
else.
to see how we're doing on our
Yep.
socials. And
So
for those of you who are commenting and saying what you're drinking, by the way, submit what you're drinking, because we are going to give away, I'm telling you, dinner for two and a hotel stay here at Mr. Lester's. before this is all over.
But a quick question for Renee, like with the younger generation, with all these little smoke shops coming up, like I see them around every corner. I mean,
Mhm.
almost like a Legends there around every.
Oh, yeah,
What
Fruit
is?
Loops.
Yeah, how is that going to affect your business? Like,
I don't think it will. I mean that
The
it's
people who
almost like
vape
it-
aren't the same that.
and
that
it's
smoke a
almost
cigar.
like a gateway drug because they'll start in with the vapes and stuff, and eventually they come. And we're seeing a lot of young people now coming to buy pipes. They're
I
getting
love
into,
my pipes.
they're getting into pipe smoking. We're getting a lot of young people come and try cigars. Now they'll start with the flavored cigars, the sweetened cigars, but eventually they get to real men cigars.
And that's what I started with
Yeah.
was flavors.
yeah.
You know, and I still every
you.
once in a while I'll
You
smoke.
still get the
yeah.
envie for a
I'll
sweet
smoke like
cigar.
an acid or something like that.
Right.
You know, but I love a natural cigar.
Right. The tobacco, you get a good aged fermented tobacco. It's very
The
enjoyable,
few
especially
times-
with a good whiskey.
Oh yeah. The few times I've ridden my motorcycle to your shop, and look, I don't like to just because I don't like the traffic in Lafayette. Right on a bike, it's horrible.
Yeah, that's
but
why I gave up bike riding
I'll-
years ago.
I'll
because of
smoke
that.
my cigar while I ride my motorcycle,
Yeah, I can't do that.
and well, I got,
They'll
a big,
just make it burn too.
I got a big
fast.
fairing,
Yeah,
right? So
but
my cigar doesn't burn any faster or anything else. And man, there's just something about riding around.
See, I'll go drive around in my car,
Mhm.
just pop the sunroof and ride and smoke a cigar.
And the beauty
When
of
I
a,
do a road trip, is the same thing.
and the beauty of a cigar to me, it's like a cigar. You take time, or a pipe. I love
Right.
my pipe. You take time to slow down
Yeah.
and enjoy the moment.
Yes.
Because
yes. It makes you slow down.
I don't slow down enough, right? And as a business owner, for me, the cigar is it's a physical reminder of, hey, slow down, take
Yes.
time, and just be
Yeah.
here.
Yep.
It mellows.
Well,
you.
that's- that's one of the things, dude. You're gonna have to come to the shop one day when you can get away, and we'll sit on the porch,
We need to.
dude. In the morning,
I'm gonna
that's
try-
my
I'll
favorite
try to
thing
be there.
do. It's the favorite thing to do is I'll make a pot of coffee. I'll just go sit on the porch, front porch, with a cigar and a cup of coffee, and just watch the traffic go.
I'll try to
That's
be there
just-
Saturday. I'm working this Saturday, but I will try to come
Yeah,
by
come
because
on
that
by.
is 40 years.
Even
man. That's a
after-
milestone.
Even after hours, after you close, we'll probably still be there.
Good.
It's gonna be a fun day. I'm looking forward to it.
You know, Mike, I'm sure you look forward to be able to say, hey, I've been doing this 40 years.
Yeah. I don't know. Mike, he gets a business up and going and then he sells it.
yeah,
And it starts all
Yeah,
over
he
again.
Yeah, but he'll do something one day where he's like, this is my passion.
That's what I want to do.
You know, and
nowadays it's kind of like I hate to say it, it's almost like marriages. I mean, unfortunately, they don't last 40 years.
No,
But-
it's sad.
Marriages are lucky to last 5 to 10 years nowadays.
Yeah.
But
my dad's on his 4th, 5th marriage now, so like tennis
All right.
shoes.
Hour 2, segment 2.
3, 2.
Welcome back to Implicit Bias Radio. I'm your host, Kavan Bordelon. For those who are watching on social, we are live at Mr. Lester Steakhouse, and my wife is looking at me like something's going on over here. For those that are on radio, you might have missed us giving away dinner for 2 and a hotel stay at Mr. Lester Steakhouse and Cypress Bayou Casino Hotel. We are here, though, with a lot of fun. We just talked about Renee Girard and Piper's Haven and your 40th anniversary, Renee. Congratulations. We've got all the stories that you're not going to get, and we've got the weekly whiskey special here at Mr. Lester's, which is $5 pours, and it's not a weekly, it's a monthly. $5 pours. It might be weekly, though, depending upon their stock.
Make it weekly. Like try.
$5 pours of E.H. Taylor. You're just not going to get better than that.
I challenge you as listeners and viewers and everything else, make it a weekly special.
So let's talk about story.
Yeah,
What,
but
Renee?
You know what? Even if they come and they drink all of Chef Willie's Taylor, he'll come up with another special.
Oh, he will.
He will find something else.
Look at
in
that
the
link.
Look at
special.
Renee.
Look at that
Not
link.
Renee. Renee,
Mike.
and then look at Mike. Mike's got his $5.
He's ready.
He's ready. Okay. So this is a story that I wanted to dive into because it's something we actually touched on in the last 5 years here on Implicit Bias Radio.
There's a lot.
That's a lot. That does say a lot. But this story has come and gone in some really interesting ways. So in the last 2 weeks, please don't believe us on this. Go look this up. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson actually went and said, yeah, Donald Trump has been an informant for the FBI with regards to the Epstein files.
Huh.
That's a really interesting comment. Now, the funny part is he apparently tried to walk it back in the next couple of days. So I want to start here. The Epstein files. Let's think about what this story has been. Jeffrey Epstein was exposed or could have been exposed by media, but literally there's media on camera saying I had the story and I was told I couldn't report it. I had names, I had everybody, I was told it couldn't go out. Then Jeffrey Epstein, had a sweetheart deal. Jeffrey Epstein gets exposed. Jeffrey Epstein is going to go to prison. Jeffrey Epstein killed himself, didn't kill himself. We have no idea. We're going to release the files. There's nothing to the files. There's no story. Now we've got files. Now we don't have files. I mean, I'm trying to think of the movie. There were,
and don't forget the story that came out that Epstein might have been working for
the Mossad intelligence
agency.
This is straight up Eddie Murphy. Hey, Norton, I know that you know that I know that you know that you know that I know that you want, right? I mean, that's where this goes. It's such a circular story.
Right.
Then we get from Mike Johnson, the sitting president of the United States is an informant because of his previous status. Then we get him walking it back. What the hell is going on here, guys?
Well, if you look, he said he was an informant, not just for that, but for early mafia deals.
Well, no, I said that because
No.
I called that out.
Atlantic City and everything else too. That was
so
you?
that was me, because the reality is, if
Well,
you
I
go back and
cross-referenced
look,
it.
if you go back and look, who was he working with to take down the 5 families of the mafia in Atlantic City?
Yeah.
You know who the prosecutor was? Anyone?
Giuliani.
It was Giuliani.
Yeah. Giuliani.
Giuliani. Yes.
Yeah.
It was Rudy Giuliani. He was a federal prosecutor at the time, Southern District of New York. And literally he was working what kind of case was he working? Any idea?
A RICO
case, a racketeering influence corrupt organization case against the 5 families. Why was Donald Trump an informant? Anybody know?
Well, because he was in the construction business.
Yes,
And
Renee.
The families are big in construction. For example, nobody realizes John Gotti, the Teflon Don with the $10,000 suits, was a plumber. His background, he was a master plumber, believe it or not.
And Carlos Marcello from New Orleans, you know what his filing on his taxes was?
No.
Tomato farmer.
Really?
Yeah. It was either tomato farmer or tomato importer, one of the two. I mean,
I would think importer. I couldn't see Carlos actually getting his hands dirty.
I could see, but I could see Carlos putting tomato farmer on his taxes.
Well, maybe they were digging in the dirt to bury things. But,
maybe
hand to hand.
Yeah.
But herein lies the point, which is when you start thinking about, okay, Donald Trump works with Rudy Giuliani to take down the 5 families. And here we go. Another course. This is the piccolo fillet.
Ryan.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah. It looks incredible with the scallop potatoes. They're play on a scalloped potato, or a scallop that is a potato. Yes. So when you start going down the rabbit hole, though, of what Donald Trump has been involved in the past, it makes complete and total sense to me that because of the circles he ran in, Donald Trump would be an informant. Remember.
Or he would either be an informant or involved.
One of the two. Which is why I go this route with it. Does anyone remember what Hillary Clinton wrote? By the way, I am not suicidal.
Yeah.
I would never shoot myself twice in the back of the head.
Yeah.
But does anybody remember what Hillary Clinton wrote that got sent out via WikiLeaks about the potential election of Donald Trump?
No.
I
don't remember.
If that blank blank gets elected, we're all going to hang by nooses.
Yep, I remember that.
Oh.
Why would everybody be in trouble if he got elected?
Because he could expose all of the dirty little secrets.
He knew too much. He was an informant. She knew he was an informant.
Right.
This to me is the big tell, The Clintons knew that Trump was an informant all along.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was good friends with the Clinton when they were in the White House.
Up until he
And
was running.
Even
He was friends with everybody
Yes.
until Caleb, say that
Until he
again.
was running.
Until he said, I am running for president of the United
Yeah,
States.
then
And then
everybody
he became
hated him.
public enemy number one
Right.
to every leftist in the United States
Well,
government.
because I
mean,
mean,
look at
he was a Democrat before he became a Republican.
Look at the interview
and
he
he
did with
was
Oprah.
running with those inner circle.
He sat down and Oprah interviewed him, and she's like, "Would you ever consider running?" And he goes, "I don't know, maybe." And he was a young man at that point in time. And when they talked about it, she was like, "You know, there's a lot of information. You're very well connected."
Yeah.
And people loved Donald Trump until he was a threat to their political career.
Yeah. He could expose the secrets.
Which makes you wonder, why are we where we are today? When you think about the vitriol that happens every single day. I mean,
Well,
think about this, and this unfortunately ties into the day that we record this episode. What haven't they called the man? They've called the man a Nazi. They've called the man a fascist.
Yeah.
They've called the man a totalitarian. They've called him a dictator. They've called him a racist. They've called him everything under the sun. And
Well-
guess what? He gets more popular.
they're
they-
trying to discredit him any way they know how.
They've tried to prosecute him. They've called him a criminal. They've called him a felon. They've called him, you name
They've
it.
tried
and
to assassinate him.
not
they've-
once, but twice.
Right.
And what happens? He keeps getting
He's the
more
Energizer
popular.
Bunny.
He just keeps going. This to me kind of encapsulates this day. So for those who are wondering, if you're watching on socials, you're seeing us live, you know it's September 10th. You know that Charlie Kirk was assassinated today. For those who are listening, you're catching this a few days later, and I'm sure there will be more information that comes out in between when we record this and when this episode airs. But no matter what comes out, this is the reality. People have been crushed by the establishment in this country. They've been called every name under the sun. They've been called racist. They've been called transphobic. They've been called homophobic. They've been called
Well,
fascist. They've been called Nazis. They've been called all these things.
They've been canceled or attempted to cancel.
They've tried to cancel them. They have attempted to cancel
Well,
them.
and
They
that-
have succeeded in canceling them.
Well, and that like Trump's first term, I firmly believe that when he went in, he knew the swamp was deep.
I don't think he knew how deep it
No.
was.
Exactly.
Agreed.
And that was a learning experience for him. He knew what he needed to do, but he didn't think it was that bad. So that's why he had issues in that first term. The 4 years that he sat out, I think he got a lot smarter.
He didn't get a
And-
lot smarter. The swamp continued to expose itself. The swamp
Well,
put its name
it
on
started-
AutoPen.
And he
But-
realized who he couldn't trust.
Yep.
Exactly. And he started, and him and his team, they picked the right people for the positions they needed to be in. And that's why all of a sudden in 6 months, the border that couldn't be controlled was shut down in the first 3 months without any more congressional effort.
This is why this is so important, and this is why I think we're seeing violence from leftists today and more consistently than ever. Because they've got nothing left.
Yeah.
They have nothing left in the chamber. There is nothing left for them to do other than try and kill people. That's why your implicit bias is that important. We'll be back, penultimate segment right after this. Don't go away. We're giving away dinner for two at Mr. Lester's and a hotel stay coming up on Implicit Bias Radio. Okay.
And
let's
what
pass
people
this
don't
around.
realize about politics, right? When you get elected, other senior people who are elected, they're going to say, "Hey, you need this person on your
Yep.
board.
Yeah.
You need this person as your advisor. You need this person as your lawyer." And you listen to them and you're like, "Well, they've been in here. They know it. They give me advice." And you don't know who you can't trust.
Right.
Because there is a slew of people around every elected person.
Ruben
You know, like
Ginger.
even local, there are certain people locally that you have to have on your board. Now I say people, like certain positions have to be filled. They don't have to be with a certain person, but you trust that someone's not going to lead you astray. And That good old boy system doesn't want to give up control. I mean, that's why a freshman representative, a freshman senator, they don't get heard because everyone else wants to control the narrative. Say it in the mic. People want to hear it.
Yeah, we're still live.
Yeah, so like if a young senator or a young representative comes up, I mean, all these old guys that have always been the good old boys, they're going to jump on this guy like, man, this guy's gaining power. We need to, you know,
They want them on their side.
persuade him, you know, to our beliefs. And that, to me, that's what always happens in politics. You know, the young guys come up, they come up with all these changes. There's few that make it through, but they persuade them to their beliefs, and it completely changes them as a person.
Okay, hold on.
Well, they're male or female, it's
Wait,
irrelevant. They
wait.
try to bend them to their will.
They're not persuading to beliefs. They're buying. They are purchasing, right?
Lobbyists.
Let's be honest
Mhm.
here. They are either purchased or leveraged. It's one of the two.
Isn't that what a lobbyist is? Like he goes
A
and
lobbyist is a purchaser,
he goes and
right?
changes.
But there are leveragers as well, which is where people like Epstein, in my opinion, come in. Epstein brings you to a party, puts you in a situation, and puts you in a really bad situation. A situation where the human part of you wants to say yes, and it's really hard for the spiritual part of you to go, oh, this isn't right.
Yeah, morally it's not.
And if they catch you close to breaking it, they take pictures and go, hey, we got pictures of you in this situation. What are they going to think? They leverage you at that point. I believe that most of Washington is leveraged or bought.
I agree.
One of the two.
Well, even
100%.
if leverage is right, because even if you don't buy into the lifestyle, right, you can invite them somewhere, and they'll invite you to a party or anything else, and you think, well, this is an innocent fundraiser, and like this is a welcoming to all the freshmen, and you show up and you're like, hey, there are things going on that I don't agree with, and you have to distance yourself from them. You have to either sneak out the back door, crawl out a window, or do something else because they're photographing you the entire time.
Yeah.
They will find something to blackmail you. They will fabricate something to blackmail you. And that's what's disturbing about this whole
And
process.
as a young person, you like us coming up in whatever it might be, you're persuaded by that. You're scared, kind of almost.
What's even scarier,
You should be.
What's even scarier now is with the AI, they can
They can fabricate it.
they can
even-
fabricate photos and whatever they need evidence that doesn't exist.
Oh, dear Lord. That piccolo filetto,
Yes.
Oh.
the little filet.
I tried the scallop potato.
Yes.
That is
It's
insane.
all, okay. Mike's gonna eat the rest of
He should.
it.
He should.
You
Don't even
should.
use a fork. Just pick it up with your hand.
Just use your fingers. You're
just
fine.
use your hand.
It's all
okay.
you, man.
You don't have to be proper. No
Right.
one's watching.
Whenever y'all are ready.
Yeah. On the
Walk-
world,
Walker's like,
on-
I'm ready to go eat.
on the World Wide Web, they're watching Mike.
If
pick
y'all
up
want to
those-
roll Paul in, by the way,
Well,
give me 1 second, Walker. I do need to find one thing.
Paul just walked away.
Well, and that's what hurts us with this political.
Yeah, Paul will
machine,
come
right?
back.
This political machine that we have, it doesn't want to be undone because it has its
Oh,
own
right.
life. My mic's not on, by the way. There we go.
There you
No,
go.
No, there. So this political machine has its own life, right? And it wants to survive,
Well,
regardless
it's
of who
it's
it
the
eats.
power trip.
Well,
It's
not,
the
not, not
power.
even that. Like the machine wants to survive no matter what, and it will do whatever it can to bring down whoever it can so it survives.
Right.
Because in its mind, it's an ideal.
Oh yeah. Even if you were in the clique, if they got to sacrifice you to keep their deal going,
Oh, in
you're
a
gone.
heartbeat.
Oh
In
yeah,
a
you're gone.
heartbeat.
You're gone. I mean, there is no loyalty in that monster.
I mean, like, so the term scapegoat, right?
Yeah.
So the scapegoat, whenever you make a sacrifice to God, you sacrifice the first.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then next you would sacrifice the scapegoat, and your sins would be imparted upon it, and would go out into the wilderness, and that was for the deceiver. That was the sacrifice to him.
Right.
So if you think the political machine won't make you a scapegoat and sacrifice you to the deceiver,
Yeah. Right.
you don't know history.
Right.
That's what it does.
Yeah.
That's how it survives. And it will look for someone to sacrifice, someone to devour.
Yep.
Regardless of your family, your fortune, your ideals, your morality, it wants to devour someone.
Something. Yeah.
And it's just so disheartening.
Well, and it's, like the stuff that happened today. I was watching the 5 this afternoon, and I respect Harold Ford a lot. He is a Democrat, but he's more of a moderate than most of the Democratic Party. And he was just aghast with what was going on because it was just stupid. What happened today was just plain evil and stupid. Because, like I'd said earlier, Charlie's big deal was, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
We have opposing views. Let's talk about it. Let you tell me your views, and I'll tell you mine, and I'll show you where you're wrong. Not
but
physically or
but
anything,
but here's the problem. He always showed them where they were wrong,
and they couldn't accept
and they
it.
couldn't accept it.
Yes,
That's the problem.
They would just get so upset when he would prove them wrong that they couldn't accept it, and then they would resort to violence.
Well,
But
and look
I
at it
mean,
this
to
way,
go
too.
to this
Yeah,
extent,
this is extreme.
yeah.
But look at it this way: whenever you're proven wrong, some people say, "Ooh, I was incorrect."
Yeah, exactly. They
But-
learn from it.
But whenever you're proven wrong on a fundamental and a foundational basis, you're not just being proven wrong. Your entire foundation for belief is crumbling.
Yeah.
And look, it's self-aid then buddy aid, right? Why is it self-aid then buddy aid? Because when someone's drowning,
You got to save yourself first.
right, and they
Well,
tell you
if you
throw
can't-
the life preserver.
Yeah, if you can't save yourself, you're going to end up killing 2
Right.
people instead of 1.
Yeah, because what happens when someone's drowning if you don't throw a life preserver and you go out to try to save them? What do?
They try to drown you.
They try to drown you. Not that they're
Yeah.
trying to drown you; they're
Yeah,
trying to
just
save
what they do.
themselves.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. And that's something you have to learn. You're like, "Ooh, I'll help you from an arm's length away."
Right.
And what we have here is this is not an arm's length away.
No.
All right, gents, shall we?
3, 2.
Penultimate segment, Walker.
Yes, sir.
For those who are watching on social media, this is the second to last segment of this week's episode of Implicit Bias Radio. I'm your host, Kavan Bordelon. Hence the penultimate segment, the second to last segment. We've got Rene Girard celebrating his 40th year in business at Piper's Haven, Louisiana's only certified master tobacconist. We call him the CWAT, the Certified Wizard of Tobacco. Thank you, Caleb Morse. We have Caleb Morse with us. He is the Rustic Renegade. We also have Paul Sabatier of Superior AV with us, who does all the stuff he does to make sure that you're being surveilled or your property and stuff is being surveilled as it needs to be. Correct, Paul?
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. It took all that for yes. Okay. So this is a story that I love because, Paul, this could have used your assistance. Does anyone know, and I sent the story out, I'm curious to see who read. Did anyone read the story of the Loretto Chapel?
Yeah, I'm very familiar with it, actually.
Okay. So the Loretto Chapel. Paul, we're going to start with you. I'm going to let you take the mic. Tell us what you know about the Loretto Chapel. Where is it, first of all? Do you know?
New Mexico.
Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So it's when that story came up, it was really funny because like, oh my gosh, I remember that from a little boy. I saw that on Unsolved Mysteries. So I actually went into the rabbit hole. I think I bought Peacock and actually watched
it's
that
really
episode.
cool.
And when that episode came out, it was Johann Uyghur was on that episode, not him,
Okay.
but it's like third grandchild or something.
So let's tell people what it is. What is the big mystery about Loretto Chapel?
It's an amazing staircase that has no center pole, no obvious means of.
Let me back people out a sec because yes, you are
Okay.
correct.
Yes.
There's a chapel being built in Santa Fe, New Mexico in the 1800s.
1871.
1871.
Oh, yeah.
When they finished the chapel, the nuns who built the chapel realize that there is no way to get to the choir loft.
Well,
So,
first
the
and foremost,
contractor died.
he died. He passed
Yeah,
away
passed
suddenly.
away.
Yes.
And they tried to hire other people to build a staircase.
Well, so first of all, they realized no one can get there. So yes,
Yeah.
then they tried to hire people to build a staircase. And what do all of them tell them?
It can't be done
Can't
because
be
the constraints are so tight. Everything else, it's mathematically impossible, architecturally impossible. So the nuns prayed for 9 days.
They did novena.
which, so for those who are
Novena.
not
Novena
Catholic,
to St.
who
Joseph.
do not know,
Yeah.
they prayed a novena to St. Joseph. Novena, 9 days, Latin for 9.
So
And what happens?
they pray. These other people couldn't get it done. A random person shows up
On the last day,
who many believe is St. Joseph.
some believe.
Yep. And he came in and used what we now know is spruce. We do know the lumber it's made
So
of. is
we know
spruce.
the wood. That's
But
about
it's-
all we know, though.
It's not from that area. They don't know where the wood came from. They don't know who purchased it, how they got it, or anything else. He built it, which we don't know exactly how long.
He built it to Paul's point with no center pole, no handrail.
No nails.
No nails. No
nails.
screws. No nothing.
No
It was,
screws.
It's all
peg-
joints.
Joints, peg holes.
And creates this staircase
2
that,
spirals,
that engineers today cannot reproduce.
and vanished without getting paid.
Never accepted payment.
Never said who he was or anything else either.
I think the biggest part of this is not that they just didn't get paid. He never came out and said, "No, I built that. I built that miraculous
Yep.
staircase that no one will ever be able to repeat ever." Because I want to say there's another one that does have, it's similar, but it doesn't have as many turns, and
Nope.
it's
one.
It's higher.
It's a
Correct.
single turn.
Yep.
So this is a full two curls,
Yep.
right?
Yep. Two
Um,
360s.
And now they added a little bit. They added handrails in 1960 when it became a museum. They added an iron girder around the side of it.
Yep.
Not for anything else, but because they said, well,
They wanted to protect it.
Yeah, they said it can't survive.
They
So
said
they added a strip
they said nuns used to crawl up it. 'cause
Hands
they
in-
were so
on all
scared.
fours.
Yeah.
So here's the best part. I pull this story because I like to see these things on X and on different social media. Stephen De Cesare chimes in on this post. And this is what he writes, because the initial post is no one knows who did it. This guy says, not true. They do, in all caps, no. The builder might, wait a minute. If they do know, why are you using the word might? Have been a French carpenter named Francois Jean Frenchy Rojas, Rochas, Rochas, right? Not a total mystery craftsman. There's an 1895 newspaper and ledger evidence pointing to him, though it's not ironclad. So whoa, back up here. And this is what bothers me about
Well, in 1895,
Doubters.
it was built between 1877 and 1881. So 1895 would still be 14 years after the latest point of completion.
this is what bothers me about those who doubt. They look for anything and
Anything.
claim it's concrete. No, what you have is circumstantial evidence that it might be some random
Yeah.
guy who shows up in Santa Fe, New Mexico. So you're telling me that some random Frenchman shows up in Santa Fe, New Mexico in 1895, builds an engineeringly impossible staircase, and yet we now know that this is the guy? Dude, shut your mouth. You don't know what you're talking about.
He said it's a definite maybe.
Yes, a definite maybe.
They cannot figure out how this thing works.
I
How does it stand? How
Yeah.
does it stay together? And all these rails and things added. It's OSHA that made them do that. It's our government. Our government. No, you
It
can't.
is.
You
It
can't
is,
walk
Renee.
up there.
You're
you
correct.
Can't. You can't walk up there without a handrail, without a this, without a that. Dude, it's been there for 100 years.
And
It
it's just gorgeous.
yes,
it is a beautiful piece.
It is definitely a work of art that there's no rhyme or reason why it should work.
This is the one thing that bothers me about people who doubt.
Yeah.
And who doubt to a ridiculous level.
Yeah.
They don't just doubt the facts. They doubt what they believe. Right? This guy actually says they do know, they might have been a French, then says this unknown builder is more legend than fact. This has been concluded a long time ago about what we might have known about some random guy who might have shown up.
It's a definite.
Well, and
maybe.
look, God doesn't say we can't be angry at him.
No.
God doesn't say we can't ask him questions, but he says, don't doubt me. Look at the book of Job.
Mm-hmm.
The entire book of Job. Job is there and he's lamenting about what's happened. But the moment he says, God, you did this. Whoa, time out for safety. Now he gets spoken to. And he says, where were you when I hung the foundations of the earth? And that's what this is. But we can question, we can ask.
Don't doubt.
Don't doubt.
Yes.
So, by the way, did we talk about the piccolo fillet? I know we had it during the break.
No, we didn't.
So
We should
those,
have.
oh my
No,
goodness.
we didn't. I think we need. We didn't. We need to have some more because.
Oh, Renee, we're going to get some more. We're going to get fed.
Flavorful,
Dude,
just
oh
the
Okay,
my
so
God.
here's what I want to ask.
I was cutting it with a fork.
I want you to hand the mic
Yeah.
to Paul because this is Paul's first Mr. Lester's implicit bias experience.
Yes. Well,
It's not your first Mr.
well,
Lester's experience.
now it is, but the first time my wife said I've been here before.
So not
Yeah.
not concerned with that.
Yeah.
Concerned with your experience
This is my
here.
first experience. Great place.
What did you think of that piccolo filetto, the small fillet,
The
the steak?
oh yeah, no, that's gonna be my thing I order
That-
for sure. That we were actually he spelled it. He put it in my phone so I could make sure I ordered the right thing.
Amazing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I ate it with a spoon
And that's,
because there's no forks. But
I'd
I
love
so
to say that's
tender.
an exaggeration. It's probably not.
no, it's 100% true.
And now we have this dessert in front of us, which is the raspberry chocolate. Hold on.
Chocolate bomb.
Yeah, the raspberry chocolate bomb.
Okay. I'm going
Oh my goodness, chef. Yeah. Oh no, Renee is not
Well,
waiting.
and
on
look
this
at it. It's
one.
like pick up your cross and follow me right there on top of
That's
it.
it.
It absolutely is.
Chocolate cigars. Oh my God. Look at you.
It absolutely is.
Oh, slice it open that we can see the layers.
Yeah, Renee. Yeah, cut
Yeah.
the layers.
Cut it. Use a knife
A
and
knife.
cut it open
Come on, Renee.
so we
You're-
can see the effort that went into this.
Renee, you're an ogre.
You
It's
heard
like
me
an
say I
onion,
cut a
it's got
steak with a
layers.
spoon, but oh,
Look at that.
that is
Oh my
beautiful.
goodness, that is insane. Yes. So we've got one more segment before this is over. But Paul, I was just curious about. This is your first time here,
This is a great experience.
above and beyond,
above and beyond.
much like Walker's finger, which is about to go above and beyond back where it came from.
It did.
There you
Because
go.
he keeps giving me the 1 minute finger. We appreciate that. For all our listeners, by the way, we're going to lead off the next segment with our giveaway. The winner of dinner for two and a hotel stay here at Mr. Lester Steakhouse when we come back on Implicit Bias Radio.
Hopefully it's me.
Well, I guess I have to have another glass of whiskey here.
love it. I had 3 glasses.
Well, I mean, look, you want me to pour you one? Well, yeah, you're good with this one.
I love raspberry.
Oh my God.
Hold on.
Dude, chocolate stick.
It's a chocolate cigar.
You're lucky you're getting
It's a cigarette.
A cigarello.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's good. Chef, that is stupid.
Yeah.
You want to jump in for the last segment?
Look, this little piece.
Come on in.
Over here. We're going to take.
By the way, we are
Chocolate
talking
cigar.
aliens during this segment.
I'm gonna need some insulin after this. Hey, Caleb. Pass
Oh
me
my
a little-
God.
A little bit of that senator.
Oh my God.
Pour me just a-
That is so
Hold on, I have
insanely
to
good. It's
compose-
not
I have
even
to
funny.
compose myself.
Are you having an organism?
Yeah, I'm having I just had a paramecium.
Don't worry. Don't worry. It'll be the first organism anyone in his family has in about the last 8 months.
Without,
Wait, how long? We've been on the show, what, 2 hours now? So 2.5.
without having to have a shot.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Oh, shit, Caleb. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Done. Thank you.
Now this stairwell is something like it's intrigued me for a long time. I started looking into it.
I saw,
You know,
I saw years ago.
What did you just spill? Your glass?
Yeah, on my hip. I went to move my boom,
Heavy tumbler or
heavy tumbler.
I don't care about the heavy tumbler. I'm just worried about
No,
how
it's
much
fine.
liquid you had in it.
It was a small pour. So
Chef Willie's gonna have to clean your chair.
I will clean my chair if we have a napkin.
Here you go, Caleb. Here's several napkins.
Well, these are the small ones. Yeah, you're right.
It's all right. Start with the small.
Use the one in front of you.
Oh, that's probably you're good response.
See, this is the kind of stuff that happens when you're not watching what happens behind the scenes of Implicit Bias Radio. Caleb is spilling whiskey on himself because who knows why. Anyway,
Unlike the person who made a mess here and ran away from it, I
no,
admit it.
you are not the person who burned down a chair.
Yeah,
I will
no,
give
no.
you that.
All right.
Which
Do
chair was recovered? We're trying to.
No,
figure
we
out-
can't figure out which
No.
is the new one.
You don't
Couldn't
know?
tell you.
I think it's the one that you're sitting in, actually.
I mean, they match so well that the
They
people
do.
that did it, it just
And
phenomenal.
and the people, I mean, even
were
okay,
noticing
not
that-
so much the
But
arms that go up.
But the flower right
The
here on
flower in the middle of the chair
it's on the
matches. Yep.
same- all four of them are the exact same layout.
Well, they had
Oh,
enough
dude.
fabric left over.
Caleb is getting called out by people on social media.
Hey, look, I mean, I
saying,
admit it.
Get it together.
I'm trying. Nowhere near together.
You know, if you had better booms for your mics, it would be okay.
I hear your mic, Walker.
Oh, my bad.
Well,
No,
you
that's
know,
all right. It's okay. Look, I mean, look, where we are today, we are on the this will be bonus content. We'll do a whole segment on Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, Trump
Initial
just came
reaction.
out with a
Yeah.
So back to the stairwell. I've looked at it, and as a non-Catholic, when I went to my Acts retreat, someone mentioned it, and I went down the rabbit hole, and I was like, "This
It
is
is-
just
Look, the miracles that are out there
oh my goodness."
make Catholicism real hard to deny.
When I saw that story,
To deny. Yes.
I saw that story probably 10 years ago on CBS Sunday Morning, of all places. And they did a good 4
Yeah.
or 5 minute piece on this stairwell. And I was like, that's amazing.
I mean,
All right. Y'all ready?
you could spend
Oh, you could spend months.
Oh, yeah.
3, 2.
Final segment, this week's episode of Implicit Bias Radio. I'm your host, Kevon Bordelon, and yes, we are live at Mr. Lester Steakhouse. And yes, we are being fed and fed really, really well. We are being fed by Chef Ryan Fitch. We are being fed by multiple chefs in the back. Chef, was that dessert your plate?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
You and I, we're gonna fight. It's butter knives to the death, right? You got to know where to go with a butter knife in order to make that happen, but that's a whole different story. So again, raspberry chocolate bomb, white chocolate, raspberry, chocolate mint, it's all there.
And
And it all
chocolate
flows.
cigarillos.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, go ahead because nobody heard Renee because Renee.
well,
thinks
Ryan,
everybody
Ryan
hears
can
him.
say it.
So it all flows together. Chocolate, raspberry, vanilla, very common things. And y'all drink whiskey and smoke cigars, so I had to put the little chocolate cigars on the plate. as
Yeah,
well.
and they worked perfectly.
Yeah.
Perfectly. So look, we have had 4 fantastic courses. Chef, cheers to you.
Thank
First
you.
of all,
Here's to you.
Salute.
thank you. And look,
Thank
you
you.
guys again.
And the staff.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
well, of course, everybody here who makes this happen. Even you know what? Should we give cheers to Chef Willie since he abdicated everything here this week? I mean, no, okay, that works. No. All right. So we've got to talk some other stories. And I warned you, we're talking aliens here.
Right.
So before we go to aliens, I do want to do this. I promised that we were going to give away dinner for 2 and a hotel stay here at Mr. Lester's.
Oh, you have a name?
I have a name. Yes, I have a name. So I'm going to give the last name. And here's the fun part.
I'm
The
taken
last
back.
name is going to be a very common name here in the Lafayette area. The last name is Guidry.
Oh,
Yeah, there's plenty of Guidrys.
10,000.
traditional spelling?
Oh, is there a different spelling?
No.
That's what I was like. Is there like a different spelling of Guidry other than Guidry? I mean,
No, that's the only one I've seen.
that's the only one I've ever seen. But we asked people to submit what pours they were drinking tonight here with us.
Mm-hmm.
And before we even told people what the pour of the month was here at Mr. Lester Steakhouse, Newbin Guidry submitted that he was drinking with us his Colonel E.H. Taylor.
Cool.
Wait, hold
So
on.
Newbin Guidry.
Let me go look at that name.
What, Caleb? We know you know everybody.
I know a Newbin
You
Guidry.
don't have to up. You don't have
No,
to. You don't have to one up everybody and be
No,
like,
I-
I know Newbin. He's my
the
cousin.
Newbin
he's
Guidry I know.
related.
The,
He's related to
He's
him.
related to
no,
him.
the
Yeah.
Newbin Guidry I know is a Vietnam veteran.
No, not that Newbin.
Not that. Oh, well.
Newbin is not that old.
Well,
Look, if that's the picture of a Vietnam vet,
I
I
didn't-
want to know what dietary regimen he is on because I want to look like him
the VA
at
didn't
that
give
age.
it to him. Then,
Yes,
I'll tell you that
no.
right now.
Nubin Gidry, congratulations. Nubin, we're going to be in touch. We're going to set things up for you to get dinner for two here at Mr. Lester Steakhouse. Hotel stay. Come down here, enjoy it. You'll have a fantastic time. So that being said, you know, the fun part here, and this is the really difficult part. So there have been some documentaries done. The last real interview with a guy by the name of Bob Lazar was done in a documentary. Anybody know who Bob Lazar is? Renee, you remember the name Bob Lazar? Okay, Renee, if you'll take that microphone, tell us who Bob Lazar apparently is.
Bob Lazar used to do he did a lot of reports on Area 51, alien invasions.
So you're
and-
close.
Yeah.
Bob Lazar allegedly worked
For Area,
At Area
51. Yeah.
and was a whistleblower back in the 70s and
Yep.
80s.
Yep.
He did a couple of interviews back then and then came back in the last few years and did an interview for a documentary. The guy who did the documentary said, and please don't believe me on this, you might have to dig this up because I went and looked for the interview. I was
It's
going to
gone.
actually have our production crew
It's
play it.
gone.
It's gone.
Yes.
But he said when times start getting tough, they are going to tell you alien invasion is the big thing. They're going to tell you that there's a ship coming from somewhere in the universe that's coming for the United States. And take a guess what? On the same day that Charlie Kirk was assassinated, take a guess what was said and happened in Congress for the United States of America.
It's a hellfire.
Might have been the day before. Yes. So number one, you get a Hellfire missile. Number one, you get that we have attempted to shoot what they now call a UAP, not a UFO, with a Hellfire missile. Number two, you've got what they call the 3-Eye Titan. That is this, they're saying, oh, it's thousands of light years away, but it's an alien craft. Bruh, it's thousands of light years away. How the do you know that it's an alien craft?
They got the Webb telescope. They can see it.
Oh, sure, Renee.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the one that could pass. Is that the one? No, that's not the one that could pass close enough to release probes, is it?
Oh, they're saying that this thing could potentially be an alien craft with hostile intention. I mean, that's what they're saying. And this thing is light years away.
Now, if it was light years away when we took the image,
It
it's
would be
not
here
that-
by now.
Yeah, it's not.
It
that
would be
many-
here by
It's
now.
not that many light years away.
It may
now.
not be light years away, but I mean, regardless, they keep saying that this Titan is what they're labeling it,
Mhm.
is a thing. Which just makes me wonder.
Voyager. Isn't it Voyager that's
Yeah, the
Like-
Voyager's. It's
Voyager,
not a
yes.
light year away. but
one
it's
and one
Voyager-
far. It's at
1.5
the edge of our galaxy.
billion light years?
It left the solar system.
Yeah.
Again, how much BS are they going to put out in front of us to try and distract us
Well.
from what's going on right in front of our face?
Well, when we have something that we hit with a Hellfire missile that it bounced off of it.
Okay, so let's give that
Yeah.
story. Congress saw video of a craft that was
Mhm.
allegedly shot by a Hellfire missile. The craft allegedly deflected the Hellfire missile.
What
I got a
haven't-
bunch of questions.
The
Wait,
video is just
haven't-
phenomenal.
Haven't you ever watched Star Trek where they had the shields up?
No, look, Renee,
They
I'm
had
not
shields.
laughing, Renee, because this
They had shields.
unfortunately is where we are. But here's the bigger problem I have. Who decides when we have a craft that is doing things that the United States military does not believe we have the ability to
That
do, that we
physics-
should shoot it with a freaking Hellfire missile?
Physics says what it does is impossible. And we're like, you know what?
Let's try and shoot it.
Yeah, shoot it down.
Let's try and kill it.
Yeah.
Who's
Yeah,
the
that's-
genius who makes that call?
Yeah, that's just the
Damn
way-
it, Steve.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good way to just make them mad at us to go, oh yeah.
That's the whole point.
That's all you got. Look at this. Yeah.
You
Don't-
want to prove that we are not ready to have a conversation with another I'm not saying a better intelligence.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
different.
another intelligence. Let's try and kill it the first time that we have an opportunity
Well,
to
yeah,
kill it.
That's the way we always do things. You know, back 200 years ago. Oh, here's an animal we've never seen. Let's
Poke it
kill
with
it.
a stick.
Let's beat it to death and bring it back, and then we'll discover. We'll
Now look,
Ooh,
you
gravy.
dissect it.
That's what
or
you're-
so,
ooh.
you know.
I have an issue with let's poke it and kill it. I
Yeah.
don't have an issue with let's kill it and cook it.
Yeah,
It's a whole different discussion,
Valid,
make
valid.
some rice.
right? Chef Ryan is all in on that. Chef, does it matter what you cook as long as you cook it right?
Correct. We were always raised, don't kill it if you ain't gonna eat it.
That's
right.
it, right? I mean, it's one thing if it's survival, it's a whole nother thing if you're killing it just to kill it.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing here. So the interesting part is this guy who did the documentary with Bob Lazar, what he said was, and he says this, and please don't believe me, but you're going to have to dig to go find it. He says the last thing that they have is to threaten you with alien invasion. And it sure seems like that threat is, as the song said, alive and kicking. And I hate to say it, we got 1 minute. We got to close this out. We're going to have some bonus content. Don't miss it. But trust me, you don't want to miss where Implicit Bias is going, because in bonus content, you can subscribe on Buzzsprout. You want to catch what we have to say, initial reaction on the Charlie Kirk assassination on this week's episode of Implicit Bias Radio. We will see you in 7. Cheers on the Louisiana Senator. Come to Mr. Lester's. You don't want to miss it. We hope you have a blessed week. Cheers. All right. Bonus content is solely.
And look, when we look at this kind of stuff, NASA has acknowledged that we found life, right, or proof of life on Mars.
Okay.
Right.
They say that's the headline, proof of life on Mars.
Proof life
The-
existed.
What they actually say is we think it's possible
Yeah.
based on what we found, which is not proof of life, which is why I avoid it.
Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, valid. But we've said aliens are real. We've had communication. We've had contact. Do we really think that shooting them down and it doesn't work is? I mean, like,
Is that a good idea?
No,
yeah. I mean,
no, it's not. You don't want to piss them off.
No.
But there are 2 things I want to say. There was it was like 3 or 4 years ago, and they talked about fighter craft pilots
Yeah.
coming forth and talking about it, and they actually had the same footage that you had shared, but it was more or less like they were chasing the actual aircraft,
But they never shot at it.
and but the aircraft that they were chasing just went into the ocean.
Okay. So
At
that's
the speeds that they went
Yes.
in, they said it should have been shattered, which brings up to another point: is
whole
there's-
different discussion,
correct.
which is so
probably
if
here.
if
What
we-
I'm saying
if
is that
we
they're
are-
probably underwater if they have that technology.
if we are talking about a device, and this is where I land with the video that we saw today,
Mhm.
which is if we can shoot it and hit it, it's not alien. If we can shoot it and hit it, it's ours, and we're trying to see if we can withstand the test of the strongest attack that we have.
Right,
Right? It's a test run.
right.
If it's ours, if we're shooting at it, it's ours. If we can't touch it, it makes no sense to shoot at it. Where did Caleb go?
Probably went to the head.
Trammell, steal Caleb's seat.
But then the next part is
Still, his viewers,
you had said that, well, why would they do this? But wasn't there a report also that said that whenever Trump first took office in 2016,
Mhm.
he said that the government was going to use a coming of Jesus hologram to control us?
You're talking about Project Bluebeam.
I have no idea what I'm
That's
talking
what it's
about.
called, Project Bluebeam.
Okay.
And it's not a hologram of Jesus. It is the ability to create a hologram in the atmosphere,
Bend your arm in the middle.
I'm trying to
Right?
figure out which one's the new chair.
and it might be Jesus, it might be an
Nope,
alien
there's-
craft, it might be whatever.
Oh no, Hop in.
But-
I already know what we're talking about.
Oh, there you go.
I was flirting with the women while y'all were.
I love that Trammell said the Real Housewives of Implicit Bias are into the show and none of them are watching what's going on.
None of them.
Oh, don't lie. He sent me a pic.
It's either that chair or this chair.
I thought it was this chair, but I don't even witness the other chair. This one looks brighter from over there.
All right. We're going to do one more segment, Charlie Kirk, and that's it. And then we're out.
Excuse me, we're the real work wives of Implicit
The real work
Bias.
wives.
Watching social media, which is what we're supposed to
This is true because as much as we would love to make you just the housewives, the show doesn't make that much. the show is not there. We are not nationally syndicated and making millions of dollars per episode.
Yeah.
Or 10 yet.
Yeah. No,
Look, I sent an email to a syndication company this week. I haven't heard from him yet, but look,
it's uniform.
I'm not letting go of that bone.
Oh no. Fuck no.
Because I'm gonna tell you, I've listened to some of the shit that they put on national syndication and what we do.
Yeah.
But look at the upholstery right here. That one is uniform the whole way down.
So Chef Willie said,
Yeah, all but one.
Older than me.
All right, shall we?
Yep.
Walker's like, I want to eat.
3, 2.
Walker is hungry, which means we need to do this bonus content for Implicit Bias Radio. I'm your host, Kavan Bordelon. Thanks for tuning in. And man, this one, I usually get excited about bonus content.
Yeah.
Well, can I
This
interject
one's,
real quick?
this one's tough.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is a walker like a mogwai? Do you not feed it after midnight?
Correct.
Yeah.
You don't.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
You don't feed it after midnight.
You don't
What you can't get it
get
wet.
it wet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and trust me, his girlfriend knows that. Anyway, that was too easy. Sorry. Not sorry. Anyway, this episode was recorded the same day that Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And first of all, to his wife, to his children, to his family, it is truly sorrowful what we saw happen to someone who just wanted to have a conversation.
That's all he's ever wanted to do was have a conversation.
And look, Charlie Kirk is part of the movement that inspired this show.
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk is part of what made this show happen because in 2020, we started this show. He started his movement in 2012. In 2020, we finally got on the bandwagon. And ask Caleb, in about 2016, 2015, we started having the conversation.
We were preparing for it.
We didn't have the balls that Charlie Kirk had. Let me be specific. I didn't have the balls that Charlie Kirk had in 2012 to do this show.
An 18-year-old guy.
Yeah.
At the time.
Well, he'd jump off a ledge. That's the thing is he didn't know what he should be afraid of because he wasn't afraid.
No. Well, he knew the conversation needed to happen.
Yeah.
Because the way things were going, he saw it back then.
Yes.
The way things were going,
he knew
we need to talk.
Well, and
we don't need to get pissed off at each other. We need to discuss it and debate it.
That spurred the change.
And that's what made our country great.
What spurred the change, what we see now, we see a resurgence in biblical masculinity.
Right.
We see a resurgence
in Catholicism and Christianity.
Yep.
And we see things now where people don't want the from what I can see, women don't want the submissive male anymore. They want a real biblical man. They want someone who's willing to stand up and take charge and lead their family.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm going to say. Number one, and yeah, Paul, you can grab that mic. Number one, leftists, you have no idea what you have done. Because the sleeping giant is now awake. There is no such thing after September 10th, 2025 of the moderate conservative. There is no such thing as the middle. People that I know who voted for Barack Obama are so angry with what you have done in the fact that you would murder someone who just wants to talk. They have recognized who and what you are. You are evil. If you are happy about this, if you celebrated Charlie Kirk getting shot, which we have seen multiple people. If
so
you
disheartening.
if you are MSNBC who said, "Oh, you can't say these things and get shot," no one victim blames like the left. No one. And the reality is, I pray that you don't get the violence that you have now asked for. Because the people that I know, and I'm not this guy, I'm not saying I'm this guy. I know people. I know people who know violence. The reason they don't get violent is because they know how ugly it is. You have no idea. Oh, you got tattoos all over your face. You don't know violence. You got purple hair and a nose piercing. You don't know violence. When you have served and you have seen and you have endured, you understand what's at stake. And I sit in the presence of two men who have been there. I'm not going to speak for them, but what I will say is this. I've known them, one for a few weeks, one for many years, and the last thing I ever want to see is that violence revisited.
Well, when we look at biblical masculinity, right? Benaiah, one of David's mighty men, which is the original special forces that we talk about, he fought so hard his hand froze to a sword.
Couldn't open it because the muscles just were
Correct.
there. Yeah.
And like growing up, I thought that a Christian man was mild, and I didn't know what meek meant.
No, meek does not mean weak. Do not disturb the two.
I thought meek meant weak until I leaned into Christ and really understood what meekness meant and what it meant to be a warrior for Christ. And I understood at that point that meekness is far from weakness.
No, meekness is putting aside the violence and letting it go.
Right, just letting it go. And honestly, that if any, man, it really sucks that it is today. Because Charlie Kirk, within the last month or so, maybe 2 months, I would actually watch so many of his podcasts or little snippets, and the really good ones, I'd copy them. I actually put them on my notes. And then label like what it's about, just because it was so knowledgeable, and you got an understanding of what the other side actually thinks. Because a lot of us can honestly say like, oh, how on earth can they think like that? And but when you watch the actual debates, you actually see that where they're coming from is they have no earthly idea.
No,
they
none.
have no idea why they believe that. They just repeat of some other talking points, and they don't even think. They don't even take the other side's understanding of it. And he actually would bring it, and you could actually see the honest ones that said, well, no, that just doesn't make any sense.
Here's the beauty of what Charlie Kirk did, and this is what people don't realize. All Charlie Kirk did was ask questions.
That's it.
He asked questions, and when people couldn't answer them because they didn't have, to your point, an understanding, all they are NPCs because they've been told, look, my wife is a brilliant woman. Why she married me, I don't know.
Lapse of judgment.
Yes. Absolutely.
We're also fortunate.
But my wife has this saying, these people are mad because someone told them they should be.
Yeah.
And that's where we are. We have an entire segment of the population who are mad because someone told them they should be. Someone told them you have a right to violence. No one has a right to violence. Someone told them, you know what? They made money, which means you're entitled to what they made. No, you're not entitled to it. That's not the point.
Yep.
The point is, just because someone told you should be mad doesn't mean you should be mad. Think for yourself. And Charlie Kirk asked those questions. And when people couldn't come up to the answers to those questions, they murdered him for it.
When you don't want a right to violence, you don't want real anarchy, because in real anarchy,
we survive.
Well,
only the worst survive.
It's even then. It's the people that I had the pleasure of serving with, who are much better men and women than I am, and much stronger men and women than I am. Not that I'm a strong woman, but
you wear a skirt like no one else.
Yeah.
I did see a bearded lady like that at the circus.
Yeah. Those people, what they're capable of and what they'll go to,
you don't want to think of.
No. And you never want that to you don't want it to be untamed. Because real anarchy is horrible.
The French, right? I mean, after the American Revolution, the French did that, and I hear people saying the same exact thing. We need to get these people out that are making these decisions, like, and we drag them out, like what they're doing in.
Well, look,
This happened in Nepal. This happened in
Nepal.
France.
Well, look, yeah,
This is
France
going
right now,
on.
they're doing block everything,
Look,
right?
we're going to talk about this on another episode, but this is happening all over the world. There is an awakening that realizes the people who are trying to rule every country, the globalists, these SOBs, the rest of the world is awake to what they're doing, and they are not putting up with it.
But violence is not like stringing them out, carrying them out,
No.
stripping them, and like shooting them. Like that's not the answer. Like publicly,
Agreed.
Publicly, like you have to have the discussion.
It can be done the right way.
It can be, and you have to bring it out. You have to be. We have to honestly. We have to do more of what Charlie Kirk was doing. Like, this is not a time to like, oh, we got to get more bodyguards. We got to make sure everything's safe. No, we need to make sure this is happening more and more on every college, every day, every week, and make it happen to where, you know what, you don't have enough guns in y'all's mental minds to be able to do this.
And that's why they killed him, because that's what we need to do. And that ultimately will be their demise. That's going to do it for this bonus segment of Implicit Bias Radio. Thanks for joining us on socials. We appreciate you being with us on Facebook, X, YouTube. Thanks for being around. And I don't know, Tug, did we get on Instagram tonight? Nope. Instagram is what it is. It's all right. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you in 7 on Implicit Bias Radio. Cheers. Thank you all for a great show.
Very good show. Very, very good.
Tons of fun.
Look